Welcome to the SFL Grand Final for the seniors, thanks to Banjo's Bakery. It's Southern Football League Grand Final time here at North Hobart Oval. The two best sides of the competition meet in the final game of the 2024 season. It's the Cygnet Port Football Club versus the Lindisfarne Two Blues. Let's go down and check out who we've got with Brent Costello from the MC for today's game.
Original owners of the land upon which today's game will be played. We recognise their continuing connection to land, water and culture and pay our respects to their elders, past and present. We acknowledge the Aboriginal players who have played the game at all clubs, together with those of Aboriginal descent playing in today's games. Now, if you are able, would you please be upstanding and remove your caps for the Australian National Anthem.
Oh, come on, they've put the Carl theme song on, my goodness. I know. Let's stand up. Well, there we go. The boys are fired up. I'm fired up. Tubes Taylor with you from Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes. We are excited to be broadcasting this. Thanks to our friends at Creative Imagery on the SFL Tasmania YouTube channel. What a treat. These teams have met 3 times this year. In round 8 at Lindisfarne, Cygnet won by 28 points. At round 17, Lindisfarne were beaten by Cygnet by 30 points, and in the first qualifying final, Cygnet somehow wrestled one back and beat Lindisfarne by a point. We are very excited for today's game. Conditions may get a little bit wet a little bit later on, but it's a massive game of footy. I'm joined in the commentary box by my friend Adam Webster. Webby, what are you expecting this clash?
Expecting a really strong game of footy from both these sides, and a replay of the qualifying final that you called so well a couple of weeks ago, Tubes. Both of these teams really strong all season long. Lindisfarne decisively the second best team in the competition, beating Huonville a couple of times, even though they came home with a wet sail last weekend. And Cygnet just the standard bearer of the competition this season. So very excited to see how these midfields match up together, particularly Sheldon Smith and Dylan Fife from Lindisfarne, who have played strong in every single one of the games that I've called of theirs this season. And of course, the Cowans for Cygnet. Match winners in the qualifying final.
That's what we're looking at weather-wise. That is coming towards us. We will get a little bit of that later on. Tej Westbury shakes hands with the umpires today who are in the field. Kim Dillon celebrating his 10th of Grand Final of SFL. Adrian Cornish, Adam Baresi, the emergency Jordan Broughton for the boundary, Jove McKenna, James Marsh, Jasper Mason and Xavier Wright. In goal, Sean Williams and Wade Stewart with Lucy Edwards, our emergency. We're about to get underway. This is going to be a big clash. It'll be Jones versus Polly in the ruck. They have had massive battles all season. Can't wait for this. It's going to be an absolute crackerjack match as the umpire holds the ball aloft in the Banjo's Bakery SFL Senior Grand Final here at North Hobart Oval. Polly and Jones. Polly wins it down straight through the fingertips of Smith. Out it comes. Quick rush kick here by, that might have been Lister. Quick rush forward kick by Westbury, off the ground by Patton. Now there's a foot race. Johns will get there. He's going on his left foot, guaranteed. Gathers the ball, tackled by Clark, and he held on a little bit too long, so it'll be a free kick going to Johns. Johns looks up, not a lot to kick to. Got a short option, decides against that. He ends up going towards Trey Westbury in the opposite direction I was looking. The short option was on. Westbury sends the ball inside forward 50, going back with a flight. It'll be wrapped up by Tammins, and he will reassess from the back pocket. Long kick across the face of goal. Goes out wide, finds a man in Gordon. Gordon gives the handball off to a running Simpson. Simpson to Cleland. Cleland with a rush kick. It was under duress. Zantuck got it away towards Westbury. Now a chance here for Noah Clifford. He couldn't get it away. Jones scooped it up to Blaisley. Blaisley's kick will land okay. Lindisfarne wheeling around. That was Eden Bailey, who couldn't quite get it. Oh, Polly came through and gave Fife an absolute head knock. And Polly's in trouble here because Lindisfarne come from everywhere. Jones pushing, shoving. He's okay, Dylan Fife, which is good.
That was a big hit early on. It's interesting to see the contrast between this and the reserves, who just collected him with a hip and a shoulder at the same time as Fife goes inside.
Sends the ball long, running onto it. Dude, Stanley, who's kicked 100 goals this season, will go back from the pocket. He'll play on real quick. He's not silly.
Wonderful kick by Fife, and then Stanley just leading across the face of goal and beautifully diving to take this mark.
Ed Stanley will mark it down here. Ed Stanley bends it around, and the first blood goes to the Two Blues. Ed Stanley just got a little bit of separation on Tex Simpson there and was able to take a mark, and then the finish was excellent.
Just wonderful football from Lindisfarne, obviously stemming from a free kick that was absolutely there with Polly taking out Fife. He's a hard nut though, Dylan Fife, so he'll bounce back from that. And as I said at the start, it's this midfield from Lindisfarne of Smith and Fife really wanting to get involved. Trey Westbury's been involved early too, so first blood to the Two Blues.
Dylan Fife got absolutely folded by Matty Young from Dodgers Ferry in one of the games I called earlier in the season, Webbo, and I'll tell you what, he's tough as nails. Polly owes him one, I reckon. Ruck contest down to Fife. Tackled by Watt. Brilliant. Out it comes for Smith. Westbury with a long kick inside forward 50. Hearing he's got a small hamstring issue, maybe, on that kicking leg, but seems to be okay in the early stages of the game. Boundary throwing deep inside forward 50 for the Two Blues.
Looked all right on that kick, though, that hamstring. He was able to get good penetration inside 50 tube, so we'll keep a close eye on Westbury.
Polly and Hopkins will do battle. Just at the bottom of the pack. Lister got tackled without the footy. No one saw it. Umpire said play on. Circling around, umpire says give it to me. Ball up. Keep an eye on those matchups, please, for me, Webbo, as we get it down. Lister, there's a hold off the footy, or it'll go to Lockie Watt. Not a lot to kick to. So he decides to take a long bite of the cherry and hit it to Tammins, who takes the mark in front of Paolini. Gives it off to Clark, back to Tammins. Tammins with a short one, good kick, finds Polly of the Corey variety. He's got Walter on a short lead, he goes in that direction. Walter's got Webster for an issue, a little there, pushing the back to that man who drives it forward. Walter going long. Zantuck at the base of the pack, gives it off to Blaisley. Blaisley's kick looking for Martin. Patton has time to assess, gives it to Cohen. Cohen looks up, he's got a lead in the pocket, decides against going that way, hits it up to Walter, who takes the mark right on the point of 50 metres. Too far out to score, so he's going to send a long one down towards Joey Doreen. Can't take the mark, roving it beautifully. Jake Dance bending one back magnificently.
A couple of fantastic goals in the start of this SFL Grand Final, Tubes.
Jake Dance, brilliant. That was sensational pace on the pack. Little tattoo behind the ear too, if you don't mind. Watch this, brilliant. Jake Dance, hello.
Just gathered it absolutely perfectly. The ball could not have gone any more into his hands off that pack. He roved it perfectly, and then a beautiful snap, as you said. Well called, Tubes. So Cygnet bounce back, 1 goal apiece. Strong start to this grand final as the rains begin.
Back in the middle. Jones wins it down to Westbury. Westbury gets tackled hard. Cohen did really well. Lister trying to get the ball out towards centre wing, give himself some separation on Fife. Played on, Bailey got in his way. Ball will roll over the line for a boundary throw-in.
So Lister and Fife going head-to-head. Sheldon Smith and Lachlan Watt also following each other around.
Yes, as the changes come thick and fast there. Who knows what happened on the bench there. Hopefully the interchange steward working extra well. Came down to Fife. If Quick went forward, bending one around the corner was Josh Code into space. Now a chance for Noah Clifford. He can't get there. Big tackle laid, and Clifford now gets a little bit of separation. Short one finds Jesse Cohen. Jesse Cohen handballs over the top to microphone head. He gets it out now. Going back, that was Cohen. Gives it back to Cohen. Gall arrived late. Sheldon Smith tried hard. Cohen got his hands on the footy. Now a chance for Code, bending it up to a really dangerous spot. Oh, Courage going back. A couple of Lindisfarne Two Blues ran into each other in Blake Lamper and Webster. Short one. Finds Gall. Gall gets tackled. Blaisley, there's a lot of pressure around the footy. Who wants it? Oh, Westbury so courageous. He just doesn't care about himself. Long kick towards Martin. He's got Patton. Patton kept his feet. Wheeling around on that left foot shoe. Kicks it up towards Cleland. Now a bit of time and space. Sends an inside-out tour, but didn't get a lot of it. Walter! Just sticky fingers for a kid.
Wonderful mark, and we've got to call out the ball movement of Cygnet is exceptional. They've gone straight up the wing, hit targets, and just a beautiful mark for Walter.
He's got a pair of school shoes on, so who knows what that means. In he comes. He's asking it to do a bit of bend work. It stays in somehow, out the back, off the ground, goal!
Fletcher.
Matt Fletcher, old Spindleshanks, gets another one. And Cygnet are up to a 6-point lead. Microphone head with a major.
Just great roving once again. Both of Cygnet's goals coming off the back of some good front and centre work by their small forwards. And in that time, Dylan Fife just couldn't quite get to Fletcher before he had the opportunity to dribble it over the line.
Someone's got to be on the goal line there.
Just not getting goal side, the Lindisfarne players. And interesting to see if that's a trend, because if it is, they're in a little bit of strife.
Shout out to Mooney Bennett and the Claremont Trivia Mafia who are watching from home on the live stream. Down it comes. Westbury to Westbury with a bit of pace. Oh, wore a nice bump there, did Trey Westbury. It's picked up by Fisher, gets it out to Westbury. Adams got his handball over the top to Martin. Martin's kick is smothered. Handball came out from Watt. Westbury, Cohen. Cohen left it for Clark, got it back to Cohen. Now a chance for Watt. Watt with a little, not sure what that would even be called. It wasn't a kick, that's for sure. Tackle the footy, Lamprell picks it up, scooped it out the back. Lister, Fife. Fife got it away. Oh, Lockie Watt. Hello, welcome to the football. And Martin takes a nice contested grab and everybody bounces up. This is great
vicious.
footy.
That was vicious by Ryan Martin, just coming in and taking it off his opponent. That was something else. The intensity of this contest, the ball movement, the skills. Gotta love SFL football.
Usually a beautiful kick, and how about that, just standing over the top of Lockie Watt. In comes Ryan Martin. Here's a magnificent kick. He's got a big shoe on him. Gives himself a little bit of room. It's not got the best of that. Polly at the back of the pack somehow bounces over the top. Simpson rushes that one through for a behind. Margin 5 points.
So Lindisfarne with a couple of opportunities early. Cygnet able to rove and take their chances right at the teeth of goal, but doing a great job of defending the goal line on that occasion.
Goal
Huge
flew
fly.
high. Clifford rather keeps the ball. It's actually George O'Neill. Getting my O'Neills and my Cliffords all mixed up. This happens from time to time. Boundary throwing. Polly wins it down. Westbury overran the footy. Blaisley managed to get a hold of it, gave it off to Fife. Fife with a turner toe, sends it down forward. Patton over the back. Oh dear. Simpson rode the bump beautifully, got his handball away only as far as Adams. Adams buries one into the boundary, rather through for a behind.
Once again, Dylan Fife able to penetrate inside 50. He's been far and away Lindisfarne's best player early on in absolutely everything.
Lamprell is riding Joey Doreen here. That's a horrible kick through fingertips. Lister got his handball away. Now a chance. Lamprell gets his kick forward. That's actually sharp. It's landed in the arms of Fisher. Fisher plays on quickly. He's got a man in Hopkins all by himself. A couple of Cygnet players arrive. Cohen out the back. Bailey gets it off to Martin. Martin! Well, there's absolutely no need to send that football over. It's literally bowling down Letitia Street. But he's kicked a goal all the same. Gee, he slammed that one on the boot.
Probably could have just made the umpire's job a little bit easier there, but instead Ryan Martin sending it somewhere into the funeral home, I think.
Yeah, you love to see that. It's actually up on the domain. Go and get that up on the zigzag.
The TCA.
It actually went through the goals here and at the TCA.
That was a monster punt from 1 metre out, wasn't it?
Chips Taylor with you for the Banjo's Bakery SFL Grand Final, along with Adam Webster, as the rain starts to fall a little more here. Jones versus Polly. It was a limp throw up there. Polly destroys a bloke. Who's at the bottom of the pack there? He actually loves it.
As usual, Dylan Fife.
Dylan Fife absolutely loves that stuff. He's like, I don't care if I get destroyed. Polly. Oh, gee. Going back with a flight was George O'Neill. Out it comes for Sheldon Smith. His kick down towards Martin. Good fist over the back. Rush kick by Jack Timmins. Lockie Watt couldn't get there, and it's a shoulder for Lockie Watt. He's hurt his shoulder. It's out. Lockie Watt's shoulder is out.
So is the ball on the full.
Dylan Johns. Dylan Johns has the ball, so that's a massive out for Cygnet and for Lockie Watt. Dylan Johns' kick high up and under, Paolini underneath it. Free kick going the way of Jackson Gordon. So he'll take the kick from half back. He's got Timmins out wide as a gimme. He goes short to O'Neill. O'Neill's kick towards Doreen. It's out on the full again. Check out the mullet on the boundary umpire. That is unbelievable, that haircut.
Some high quality work from the umpire, as there's another turnover here. It falls into the hands of Fife. He's dispossessed. Fisher in there as well. Ball spills out to the back of the pack. O'Neill. Kick forward by Cowan, only so far as Blaisley. He can't quite take the mark. He sharks it and gets absolutely stone motherless pinged.
Noah Clifford with the chase down tackle. Brilliant. Joe Doreen can't get any space. The ball comes out to Cohen. Cohen's got Ashland. Ashland looks up. He's got nothing to kick to inside forward 50, so he's going to have to kick and hope, and that's exactly what happens. And it rolls through for a ball in. A behind. First blemish on the scoreboard of the Cygnet Football Club. Gall, the beautiful long roost. Cohen did really well at the bottom of the pack. Lister shows a turn to heel, then sends the ball goalward. Where does this go? It bounces and it's across the line for behind. Plays 14. Gall decides to go short out to Westbury. The Bailey variety, and he taps it on.
Couldn't possibly have a better start to this game, I don't think, Tubes. It's been hotly contested. Been some great marks, been some great goals. Both sides just getting up and about for grand final day.
Ball in. Dance. Cohen passed a couple, gave the handball off to Cohen. Again over the top. Needs to give it off, does Lister. Couldn't quite. Now a chance for Westbury. He's got some support. Landing on his backside. The opposition player going back with a flight. Gordon got his handball over to Lister. Lister goes out wide to O'Neill. O'Neill's got numbers short. He goes to Jake Dance and they can ruffle it. Now a chance for Toby Cohen. Have a shot, son. Tough to kick a goal from there. In fact, he's kicked it behind.
Since he's just gone up a little more for Cygnet. Lindisfarne with a really good opportunity to streak forward.
Adams couldn't quite. And now it'll be a ball up. No, it'll be a free kick to Simpson. Tackle too high. He has a little laugh about it too.
Cygnet looking extremely dangerous as they come forward. They seem to have numbers around the ball, except for now.
Well, that was a kick to no one. Jackson Gordon lunged for a tackle. Westbury got it on the boot. Coming through is Simpson. He's met by Stanley.
Great tackle.
And it is a great tackle.
Beautiful work there by Stanley as he anticipated the contact and took it beautifully, took it legally, which we haven't seen enough of across this competition.
Got his handball out. Fife got destroyed again. He's been destroyed 4 times now. Ed Stanley sends one goalward. It's a long roost. Ashland and Martin. Ashland kept it in somehow. Martin over the line. Boundary throw-in.
Good result for Lindisfarne, although that was a big kick by Stanley right to the mouth of goal.
Boundary throw-in deep inside forward 50 for Lindisfarne. There's numbers around the footy everywhere. Polly wins it down. Ashland tapped it away. Gordon got his handball out to Clark. Clark with handball only over the top, only as far as Westbury. Westbury threw his head back. Zantuck tough. He shrugged it. And that's holding the footy. Can't make the first option a shrug. And then the cavalry arrived.
Just had to accept the contact there, Dylan Zantuck, but really strong tackle.
Through fingertips and over the line for a boundary throw-in. Oh, it's an intense game of footy so far.
If this quarter's any indication, Tubes, we've got an absolute classic on our hands here at North Hobart Oval. Sun's out too.
Jones with a foot on it. Sheldon Smith jumped on by a few. And the umpire will circle and bowl it up. Polly got his hands out. O'Neill throws it on the boot. Quick one down to Clifford. Clifford trying really hard. Got it through a few. Westbury was stripped of it. Then burrowing in was Clifford. Spun out of trouble and landed in Teej Westbury's face. And a little bit of push and shove. Teej Westbury just laughs it off. I love that.
And Jesse Cohen with about 4 efforts there on that passage of play. Brilliant work by him. But here's Sheldon Smith.
Gets it off now. Long kick inside forward 50 from that man in Ed Stanley. And Ashland's been so good.
Textbook spoil by Ashland. Attempted mark there by Martin. He's already kicked one, but couldn't quite get through that one.
I love Luke Ashland just because he's got the old school footballer look about him. He's got the long socks pulled up. He's got the jumper tucked in. He's old school. Punched away there. Oh, that's a high tackle.
Felt that from here.
I don't think he meant to do it.
No. All's fair in grand finals.
Elijah Cohen has a man out wide. It's Jackson Gordon. Gordon goes short, puts a little too much air on it. Teej Westbury now with an effort, and it's forced across the line.
So such an even matchup, obviously, on the scoreboard, but across the ground as well. Both teams doing a good job of repeat entries, locking in their 450 for extended periods of time in this game.
Polly happy to take it out of the ruck. Adams dove on the footy. He was dove on by Elijah Cohen. And we'll see a ball up. 1 point the margin. Cygnet 2-3-15. Lead Lindisfarne 2-2-14. With 19 and a half minutes gone in the first term. Out it comes. Wheeling around. That was Adams that got it forward. Paolini gets smashed in a tackle, and that's holding the footy. The first one, you shrug the first one, Mateo. And then you didn't shrug the second one. Jackson Gordon out wide. Code got it off Cleland. Ashland, oh, they've got themselves into trouble here. Ashland scooped the handball up only as far as Hopkins, then laid a big tackle as a throw. Ashland did really well there because he made an error.
He followed it up and fixed it. Great work by Ashland. I can see why you like him so much.
I just wish I could grow facial hair like that. And I don't think he knows the rules of footy.
Just out there making stuff happen, doing his best. And his best is very good.
It's called a play on. Short kick is on to Jackson Gordon. Gordon to Tammins. So I like the way they're attacking here. They're just possessing the footy, Cygnet. Long kick is on. Who wants it? Polly underneath the footy. Got a fist from behind from Lamprell. Fife got the handball touch from Fisher, and we'll see a ball up.
Still not used to Matteo Paolini having the shorter hair.
Frankly, I don't like it.
I like the longer do.
Yeah, I like the longer do. He's got a bit of a microphone head too, actually.
He does now.
Yeah. So ball up here at centre wing. Jones and Polly. Polly straight down to Watt. Good to see him back on the field. He just sort of threw that one out to Spindleshanks, and the umpire saw it.
Significant uplift in tape on that shoulder from Lister since the last time we saw him.
See how he can't lift his right arm too.
It's being held together. Probably stuck a nail in it.
Couldn't actually lift his shoulder to even attempt to smother there. Jackson Gordon flew hard at the footy. Lister, Paolini, through came Westbury. Lister's going through again. Paolini got hands on it. Now it comes out for Hopkins. A chance now for Clark. Clark can't gather because there's numbers around the footy. Scooping the ball out. This should be a ball up. It will be.
So I've been locked in Lindisfarne's forward half for about the last 4 or 5 minutes of this contest. Good effort by the two Blues. Need a stoppage. Johns. Hopkins.
Blood rule here. Who's that for? Looks like Ryan Martin. Not sure where the blood's coming out of. The eye. Just out of the eye. Right eye. So now, got a ball up. Paolini, clever, bending one around, down towards Stanley, but that's out of bounds on the full. Just a little bit too much on it there. Wonder if they ever got that Sharon back from down the road.
It's been an opportunistic 11-year-old or something that's be out there on
check eBay
on Letitia Street.
Tex Simpson sends the ball long. Big fly at the back. Who was at home? Nobody. Out came Lamprell. They're fighting over the football at Lindisfarne. Cohen's in there, and he's jumped on by 3 Lindisfarne players, and we'll see a ball up.
The sting just gone out of this one over the last few minutes, as Lindisfarne have been able to lock it in for repeat entries and repeat stoppages.
Out it comes for Code. Code got it to Tammins. It was a throw. And is it going to be 50? Sheldon Smith. Look for Alex Gore to run by here.
Good user of the ball, Sheldon Smith. So
decides to play on, sends the ball long. It's not going to get near the goals. It's through for behind.
Had the leg, but just didn't hang it out to the right far enough, Sheldon Smith.
We're all tied up. 24 minutes gone in the first term. Long kick. Doreen needs to get into the game here. There's microphone head Fletcher. Big tackle laid by Watt. Good to see he's okay. And we'll see a ball up. Lamprell doing well. Ruck, one down. Zantuck takes a contested grab. He's got numbers inside forward 50. Long kick goes down towards that crew. Stanley, bottom of the pack, Eden Bailey's there too, and we'll see a ball up.
Really slowed down over the last 10 minutes or so, Tubes. We've had a lot of stoppages, and Lindisfarne is building a wall across centre half forward.
Crowd just dropping out too.
Yeah.
25 minutes ticks over here in the first term of the Banjos Bakery SFL Grand Final. Doreen out of the ruck. Great to see they've put him in the ruck just to get him into the game. Dance went back with a flight, kept on running. Now a chance for O'Neill, sending it down. Clifford runs onto the footy. Can he hold his feet? No, he can't. Needs to get off the ground. Quick rush kick down towards goal, and it goes through for a behind.
That was really strong defending by Blaisley and great running by Bailey Westbury to head back to the goal line, prevent a goal.
Alex Gore to bring the boot out. He's a super boot. He goes, oh, that's not what I wanted. Short kick.
Not the super boot you were looking for.
No, not what I was looking for. Westbury. Their 45-degree kicking has been sensational all year. Westbury finds Fife. Fife gives it off to goal. A little too hot on the handball. Now they just need to get it on here. Dance gets it up through to Cohen. Lister it was rather. Through with pace. Here they come now. A chance as they go forward again. That's a rank kick. It gets through. Big
Works
Blake
out all
Jones.
right.
And we'll see a boundary throw in.
Worked out very nicely for the Cygnet Port. We'll lead it by 1 late stages of this first term.
Jones takes it out of the ruck, if you don't mind, then got stripped. Fife on hands and knees, got the ball out somehow towards Lamprell. We'll see another stoppage here because that is not coming out of there. Can't be long left. They'd love another goal here, Cygnet. Jones and Polly. Jones wins it, then got tackled quick. Is that holding the footy? Umpire says, nah. Number of people have come up from Cygnet today, where apparently it was snowing this morning. Through the fingertips of Lister, off the ground by Gall. Westbury needs to get there first. Clark tries hard. He's managed to get the ball in front of himself and kept running. Now a chance for Lister. Lister off to Code. Code bends one around the corner. Gall's all by himself. Takes the mark in defensive 50. He's got Stocks wide to his left. He decides to ignore that. Sends, that's a good kick to Fisher. And Clark, of the Tom variety, punches that one away.
Really good last minute by Tom Clark. A couple of follow-up efforts and that good spoil. Cygnet is working their way into the game late in this term, but they don't have long to score.
Watt got his kick forward. He was dumped in the tackle as he kicked. Now a chance for Dance. That's usually referred to as a Saturday night, a chance to dance. Tackle without the footy, yes. It'll be a free kick going the way of Mitch Lister. A new number for this year. He used to wear number 34. Sends the ball along to Walter, who got pushed away. DeMarine can't quite. Jones stood in the way. Walter's down behind play, trying to get a free kick still. You can't get one when the ball's at the opposite end of the ground. Through comes Hopkins. Well, goodness me, you heard that from here. Oh, it makes you hurt in the groin. Down it comes Cohen, very good. Got his handball away towards Clark. Goodness me. Oh my gosh.
They are
Hopkins
leaving it all out there.
Is coming off. That hurt. Oh, look at this for a clash. Have a look. Bang! Oh, gee, it makes me hurt in the cruids as Polly sends one down towards the forwards. Who's going to flight this? Polly, the other variety, gets it away. Can't quite. Sheldon Smith gets tackled with his handball up. Is that throwing the ball? It is. Corey Polly will take the free kick. He's got a man in the pocket. He decides against that. Goes down towards Dance. Walter. Dance sits at the bottom of the pack. Gee, you'd love to get another one here. Could handball over the top if he wanted. Got it away to Doreen. Oh, he cut one high there to goal. Is that going? Yes, it's a free kick to Doreen. Clear it out, says the umpire. Joey Doreen will take the kick. Alex Gall infringed on him as he was bending over to pick up the footy.
It's a tough kick with the siren approaching. Unless he can get this kick off prior to the siren, he's have to stick to his line.
Joey Doreen going to bend this one around. He likes it off the boot. It's touched off the boot. Got a little too close to the man on the mark, so it was touched. The crowd was celebrating, but it was touched off the boot. Short kick, just trying to get the...
The trainer's off the field, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on. 50-metre penalty against Cygnet too, because their players come on, they thought it was a goal. So unfortunately, 50-metre penalty, so Alex Gore could have a shot from here. Is that good a kick?
Do you reckon he can get it from here? The Ben Graham.
His kick goes out wide. Polly a little too much on it for him. Stocks did all right. Now Jones. Jones got met, and there is the siren for quarter time. So, an inaccurate Cygnet 2-5, and now there's a fight.
It's on.
Blake Jones getting stuck into a really small man in code.
Been brewing all quarter long, Tubes.
Yeah,
There've been little niggles the whole way along, and it's blown up at quarter time, as sometimes it does. But a fantastic opening term of this SFL Seniors Grand Final.
2-5-15, Cygnet leads Lindisfarne. 2-3-15 goal kickers for the Port. Jake Dance and Matt Fletcher with one each. The two Blues, Ryan Martin and Ed Stanley kicked the first of the game. Look at this, Joe Doreen's in there having a go with Matteo Paolini, who actually loves the fight more than a feed. And now Lockie Watts in there trying to sort it out. Joe Doreen needs to let it go. You stretched me jumper, he said. Mum said, don't stretch my clothes. This is good footy. It's all on here. What do you think of that term?
Just a really hard-fought term by both sides. As you said, Joe Doreen exemplifying that by taking on about 12 Lindisfarne players as we head into quarter time. But brilliant work by Stanley and Martin to get it all going to begin with, and then for Cygnet to take the ascendancy despite the ball spending the vast majority of the time in Lindisfarne half of the ground. Strong work from Fife in there, as well as Jones. For Cygnet, obviously Cowan. And let's have a look at the highlights of the first term.
Yeah, there were some beauties too.
Jake Dance's goal was obviously a strong but we started off with Ed Stanley.
Yeah, he was good.
And then Jake Dance after that with that snap that you called beautifully, Tubes.
Oh yeah, try my hardest. Try my hardest, mate.
Cygnet able to get things going from just roving the pack like that, just sat beautifully for Dance.
Oh yeah, he was good.
He liked that. Then another rove off the back of this one to Martin. Just a little toe poke. No one on the line for Lindisfarne. They lost the ball for a moment, Blake Jones, and conceding a goal there to Fletcher. And then to even the contest up, it was Ryan Martin
who sent one down Letitia Street, if you don't mind.
Sent it up to the aquatic centre and squared us up at the time. But Cygnet with that 2-point lead at quarter time and a little bit of argy-bargy. We haven't seen a lot of rain here at North Hobart Oval just yet here on this Saturday afternoon, unlike the Reserves Grand Final, which was a very wet first half. Since then, the sun has come out. We've had a few clouds around, but it's been pretty good, and this ground is obviously the best in Tasmania, so it's going to drain very, very quickly indeed.
The greatest ground in the country, apart from the gravel, I reckon. I'm having a costume change here.
Yeah, I'm distracted by the fact that, Tubes, you're putting on yet another Carlton T-shirt.
My mates at Electric Wiki are sorting me out. It's a wonderful, wonderful brand. If you haven't seen it, electricwiki.com.
Electric Wiki are brilliant.
Let's just take a look at this. What do you reckon's going through the minds of the Cygnet Football Club right now, Webby?
Well, I think they're pretty happy with how that went, given the amount of ball that was in Lindisfarne's half overall, the Cygnet Footy Club. Whenever they were able to get that clear use of the ball at the back of the pack, they were able to get forward really quickly. They roved really well. The concern is probably the lack of inside 50 marks for Cygnet. And in these sorts of conditions, you would hope that both teams can get a little bit more clean ball use inside 50 after quarter time. The other concern is, of course, Lister's shoulder. He can't lift it above his head.
I think you mean Lockie Watt.
Oh,
yeah,
Lockie
we've got
Watt's
a little
shoulder.
Injury watch, Lockie Watt watch.
Yeah, he couldn't lift his right arm above his shoulder.
Look, if I'm honest, I think Lindisfarne controlled that game.
They did.
So far.
They absolutely did, which is why Cygnet should be very happy with where it's at from a scoreboard perspective.
So Lockie Watt can't lift his shoulder, has definitely seen it out. If that comes, it's going to get wet. We've got the new flying doormat on, you see.
Try not to head on to Electric Wiki.
Got the new one
What a
because
shocker.
I'm pretty sure we've got a man now on the boundary for us. So is that actually Bruce
It is
Dooley
him.
on screen? That's the man himself. Dooley. Good to see. He won't be saying much. I'm not sure who he's supporting. He'd be here just for the love of football.
He's got the Lemmy from Motorhead sort of arrangement going on.
He had it before Lemmy from Motorhead, let me tell you. I believe we've got down on the boundary the coach, or former coach of the Hobart Football Club, the Tigers, Dan Gray. You there, Dan?
You got me shoes.
Oh, you might need a little bit extra volume on him. Are you there, mate?
You got me now.
There you are, Dan Gray. What do you made of the first term? It's a pretty even affair.
It is, mate. Quite scrappy, very willing. Pretty swirly down at ground level here. I'm not sure there's an advantage to any end. The old windsock, I can't see that on the southeast corner, but it's a hot start.
It is a hot start. We will cross to you for some injury updates all throughout this term. Thanks to our friends at Creative Imagery for getting that on board, and it's good to see the Hobart Tigers back in the competition as we start the second term of this SFL Banjo's Bakery Grand Final. 5 cop 1 high. Code got a handball away. Gee, the umpires said give it to me pretty quickly. And we'll see a ball up. Tell you what, the upgrade on the Flying Doormat shirt is pretty good.
Going to be Googling to whatever Cats merchandise Electric Wiki have on, because I'll be anticipating getting a shirt myself. It's a good quality shirt.
Gives it off to a running Cohen. Now bending one at back, Polly. Gee, he's absolutely flushed that out on the full. Right down to the boat that we're giving away at half-time.
Pretty excited to see you MC the kick for a boat event at half-time. What's involved in that? You got to get in the boat in the full?
Oh, that's a horrible kick. That is horrible. It's landed in the arms of Walter,
who had a really strong mark in that first term, Cameron Walter. Now an opportunity to kick Cygnet further ahead. So you've got to get it in the boat.
You've got to land it in the boat. Here comes Cam Walter, sending a drop punt straight through the middle.
What a kick.
Wow! Cam Walter gets his first, the third of the game for the Cygnet Footy Club. And we have a game on our hands. We'll go down to Dan. Anything catching your eye boundary side?
Cam Walter comes from great stock. He's a wonderful mark overhead. His mother could take the credit. In the wettest of conditions, he's just got the cleanest of hands.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, converts really well, and a fine cricketer.
We've heard that he's played a little bit of cricket at the Kingston, or the Kingborough Knights, if you like, as the ball goes up. Jones won it down. Lester got it out only as far as Westbury. Westbury's kick was affected by a smother. No, it was just off the side of the boot. And Ashland takes the mark. There's a man down behind play. It's Blake Jones. He's in a bit of trouble. We'll see what happened in that in the replay. Polly does really well. Got it off to Cohen. Cohen spin around the corner and found a man in Code. Code sold some candy, then sent the ball long towards the square. Walter gets pushed away underneath the footy. Webster, smart, goes back towards goal and at boundary line. So it looks like Jones, what's happened there?
Looks like he's holding his lower back or kidney area. He might have copped a bit of an errant knee or errant elbow in that space, and he's really struggling. He's off the ground now.
We'll try and get some info for you, lads.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Love that. Out it comes at Cohen. He gave a handball off. Now a chance for microphone in! Fletcher's got one! In fact, that's his second. Spindleshanks Fletcher has got 2. And they lead 4-5-29 to Lindisfarne 2-3. 15, 2 quick goals. Look at this. That was brilliant from Cohen. And then Fletcher all by himself just got the job done. Everyone get around Elijah Cohen because it was his goal. It was his goal.
Once again, just roving the pack inside 50 off a stoppage.
There he's there. What happened over here?
Oh, we've got Dan. He's right on the boundary line and he's still got his mic on. We're getting it flush. Polly tried hard in the ruck. Fife came through fast. Out it comes now for Cohen, gets it off to Fletcher. Fletcher's got a bit of space. He bends one around over the top of goal. Joey Doreen going back with a flight. Nice work by Stocks. Now a chance. It was actually the Texter Sharpie. Cohen gets through a couple, got a handball away. Here's the Texter Sharpie, got a quick kick. Now a chance for Cleland. Back to Cohen. Cohen smart. Touch ball, play on. He didn't have the footy. Play on. There was a call. In came Fife hard, if you like. Lister through with pace. Now Cohen got his hands on the footy, and now we will see a ball up.
Cygnet's intensity has lifted dramatically after quarter time. You've got to wonder what the message was, but they've remembered what got them to the top of the ladder all season long. Doreen only as far as Smith rather, and Smith is tackled by Cohen. And it was a Cohen that turned the game last year. Elijah Cohen has had a hand in everything this term. He's going to go back and have a shot on goal. The old Matthew Lloyd throw up of the grass there. Didn't like it? Well, I mean, at this ground you have to, let's be honest. It's actually warranted. Matthew Lloyd used to do it at Telstra Dome. Dan, have you got some info on Blake Jones as Elijah Cohen comes in for goal? We'll get an update from you after this kick. Elijah Cohen. Goal.
He's a wonderful kick. You don't see many times with their socks up, but if that's a sign that someone knows how to kick a footy, well then he's got it. But the big ruckman's back out. I think he looks good. Hair looks nicely cropped. He's gone and got a freshie. He's moving pretty freely here, mate. I suspect he'll be back in, jumping into Will Polly very shortly.
Geez, you really are right in amongst the two down there, Dan Gray. They're really getting involved on the boundary line here as the ball comes back. So good to see Blake Jones will be back on the ground shortly. He looks okay after some worrying signs as he was going down. There's some serious squall coming off the Mount Nelson area. It's coming to our way. Polly wins it down. Lister got a handball away to Cohen, who landed in the arms. Lister held on. No, it'll be a free kick going the way of Cohen. Held on a little bit too long there. Did Zantuck?
It's a real danger sign. It's a real danger sign. Oh, here comes the rain. That's a shocking grey cloud.
At the bottom of the pack, Clifford gets past one, can't get past two. It's holding the footy.
Real danger signs for Lindisfarne here. They've conceded the last 3 goals in this term, and they're now down by 20 points.
3 straight goals to... That's out on the full from Westbury. 3 straight goals in this term.
I'd say we've got a 3 to 4 goal breeze down here. It's really picked up in the last few minutes.
Long kick, inside forward 50. Doreen gets to the bottom of the pack, does goal. Through came Johns. Gee, there's some numbers around the footy, isn't there? Ball up. Fife got his handball out to Westbury. Westbury back to Martin. Martin didn't really look where he's kicking, but there's a chance here as Jackson Gordon dodged around, then sent a kick in a hope, and it might land okay. No, it's out on the full. Jones ran away from that, the ruckman. Dan Gray could have taken a mark down there, couldn't you, Dan?
But probably not.
Can't catch anymore, Daxie?
No, it's got to be lace out.
Westbury gets worked under the footy, and this one underneath the ground will roll out for a boundary throw-in. So it's quite a contested match here at the moment. That free-flowing football that we saw in the first 5 minutes of this term is gone.
We've barely seen it inside 50 this term for Lindisfarne at all as well. That's worrying.
Shout out to Jackson Mellor, who's here to watch the Blake Jones show. Good on you, Jacko. Great to have your company on the live stream as we see a high tackle. It'll be a free kick going to Will Polly for too high, and there's the weather. Look at that. Yuck.
Some ominous clouds on their way to North Hobart Oval.
Short kick is on to Tammins. Tammins looks up. He's got a short one on again. He goes in the direction of Polly, but Zantuck floating across in front takes an easy mark. Uncontested in defensive 50. Too much on that one. Clark. They're just kicking to each other at the moment. Someone must have them as super coach. See what I mean? They're just...
There again. And Sheldon Smith hasn't seen a lot of it this term, so here we go, another turnover. That's about 5 in a row.
Goes around the corner, looking for Lister. Lister will have to run onto this one, keep it in sun. He doesn't. As he almost goes across the fence here. In front of
Sheldon Smith showing a few nerves. It's unlike him to take off that kick into the middle of the ground and cough it up like he did there.
Yeah, you're right, Daxie. He's a quality player, and you've seen him a lot this year, given your role as the coach of the Hobart Tigers. Ashland went through like nobody's business. Sharp got the kick away. Fife couldn't quite. Lockie Watt goes in hard here and gets his headset on. Alex Gall at the bottom of the pack. We'll see a ball up.
So after a really strong start this second term, Cygnet, a couple of goals, but Lindisfarne just can't get anything going after a strong first one.
Sheldon Smith gets a free kick for a hold off the footy. As the weather starts to just come across the top of us here, it is absolutely rank. We might even get some hail. Out the back of the pack, Code. Adams dives on the footy. Jackson Gordon has him for company, holding the ball. It is genuinely about to absolutely belt down here at North Hobart Oval.
A 20-point margin by Cygnet could very well be 40 under these conditions.
Rain starts to fall. Long kick inside forward 50. Bouncing ball over the back. What dance. It is absolutely tearing down. That one goes out of bounds. And look at them scatter.
No one wants to be out in this, Tubes.
It's hailing. Jack Tammins does the right thing and gets off the ground while the hail starts to fall. Game goes on. Handball over the top. Joey Doreen gets tackled the footy. Blake Jones is in trouble. Through comes... there's a free kick being pulled out. It is actually hailing here. And everybody's leaving, just some tough units still in the wet area. Oh, yuck. That's the hail. Zantuck short to goal. Oh, yuck. It is bad. Short finds Westbury. Westbury to Johns. He will kick on the left foot.
This is as strong of a hailstorm as I can remember in a football game in North Hobart.
Let's check in with Daxie. Daxie is still on the boundary.
I'm still here, mate. I'm not sure that they're aware, but I've just snuck onto the Cygnet bench. Hopefully they don't come to me for a rotation, but this bluey I've got on's got a pocket full of hail, and my umbrella's in my golf bag.
Long kick inside forward 50s, chopped off by Johns. Johns at defensive 50, sends a short one to Westbury. Westbury looks up. He hasn't got a lot to kick to, so he goes short, but unfortunately he's turned it over to Lister.
And that's what this weather really brings, Tubes. We're going to see more turnovers rather than less. More stoppages.
Lister's kick goes inside forward 50. Blaisley with a rushed one will only find O'Neill. O'Neill can't take the mark. Sheldon Smith keeps him off the ball. Did really well, Sheldon Smith. Fife arrives, ducks through one, can't get past two. Smith tackled hard. Polly meets him high.
Smith's down.
Smith is down, wheeling around, kicked off the ground by Polly. Will be out of bounds for a ball in.
He jumped back up, but he was down on the ground for a while, Sheldon Smith.
Boundary throw in, right on the paint of 50. Out the back, here's a chance for Lister. He's tackled without the footy. Umpire said he held on a little too tight there. And
we're losing wheelie bins.
Oh, wheelie bins are going everywhere. It might be a cyclone here. Are you okay, Daxi? No, we've lost Daxi. He's gone.
Fine here, mate.
Oh, he's all right. He's
absolutely fine.
You're getting a rub down.
I haven't sort of laid eyes on the trainer just yet, but I'm not far away.
He's the sub for Cygnet now.
He's the sub. In comes Lister, sending it goalward, and he misses. So the two Blues get away with one there. 6-6-36. Cygnet lead Lindisfarne 2-3-15. It is atrocious conditions here, but I think it's squally stuff, so it might leave. Long kick up the wing. Paolini floats across in front. Can't take the mark. Quick kick by Martin. Doesn't find a man. George O'Neill gets his handball off to Clark. Clark out wide to Jackson Gordon. Someone needs to go at the footy. Paolini decided he wanted it. And now we will see a ball up. It's now just raining, I think, or is that
anyone
still...
have a squeegee and a ladder?
I have not. I can't see anything.
No.
Ball up. Adams dropped the footy. It's slippery stuff here. Rushed kick come from Cohen. Inside 50 and it's out on the full. Yuck. It's actually landing on the ground and settling this hail. Westbury to the other Westbury. Lister had a hold of him. Was that a throw? Yes, according to the umpire. So Lister will go back and have a shot on goal. It's too far out to score for mine as it's actually snowing here at North Hobart Oval. It is atrocious conditions. In comes Lister. He'll kick from 50. He's got a short one on to no one. Jones kept on running. Fisher gets a hold of it. Handball's up to Bailey. Bailey got pushed off the footy. Quick kick forward by Dance. Is a real high up and under. I can't see the football. Bouncing ball at the back for Walter! Cam Walter's got 2 1/4. And Cygnet pushed their lead out even further.
Call him the snowman. He was just parked inside the goal square and the ball bounced very fortuitously, socketed over the line, squirted over the line, and we've got snow, but Cygnet have one hand on the Premiership Cup case on how they're playing right now. They're in complete domination since quarter time.
Cam Walter comes off for a spell straight away as the rain, snow and hail has actually stopped. We'll check in with Daxi. Are you okay, Daxi?
Mate, I'm good. I think that Lindisfarne shouldn't panic here because there's a significant advantage to the eastern end of the footy ground. So if they can just hold firm here for 7 or 8 minutes, they might be okay.
Okay, there we go. You heard it from the man on the ground. Daxi Gray.
Liked it.
There's hail on the cameraman. We've got everything here.
I like Daxi because you don't like a scoring end, but I sure do, Tube. So we do have a scoring end.
They're both scoring ends. You can score at both ends, mate.
Ask Daxi, he's the expert.
Ball up.
Yeah, you can score at both ends. That's a fact.
That is a fact. Bailey off the ground. Clark got it away. Now a chance for Cohen. Cohen kicks to grass, so who's going to get there first? It's a foot race. It'll be Webster or Westbury or Fletcher. Fletcher there just needs to scoop the ball back. A little bit of tunnel ball out the back to Stanley. Stanley gives it off to Webster with a rushed kick. This will land okay for Teej Westbury, and he takes the mark at centre wing. He wheels around, sends it long. His kick was smothered though. Well done, Jackson Simpson. And we'll see a boundary throw. And what I love about Tasmania is moments ago it was snowing. Now it seems all right.
And I can see some blue sky as well. It's just starting to peek through.
I can't see because the windows here, the way the weather's coming. Look at that.
There you go.
There it is, just peeking
a little
through.
bit of blue sky.
Yep. Westbury stripped of it, holding the footy. Great effort by Will Polly.
That's what you want from your ruckman. That second effort there was absolutely first class from Big Will Polly.
Polly gives it off to Tammins. Tammins then rushes a kick, an inside-out torpedo, straight back to the opposite ruckman. Doreen can't get a hold of it. Zantuck can. He only gets it as far as Polly. Polly lets the ball go, then drags it back in. Sharp's in there, and the umpire says, give it to me.
That ball just went directly through Blake Jones's legs, and it's probably struggling to move a little bit out there. See if the earlier complaint has any impact.
Tackle late on Cohen. He didn't have the footy, and the umpire said no. He didn't have the footy. Can't tackle him. So it's a free kick going to Cohen.
Stock's just a bit overzealous on the tackle.
He's going to back himself here, the young fella. It's still snowing, just quietly. Still a bit of snow about. Hopefully our cameramen are all right. Give us a thumbs up if you're okay, Cameron. They're not okay. Cohen sending it long into the square. Has that slipped through? Has it slipped through? I think it has. Toby Cohen's got another one for the Port Footy Club. It's actually Jesse Cohen, and that's 5 for the term. And it's trouble here for the Two Blues. How does this happen?
33-point margin. Unbelievable. We saw no one on the goal line in the reserves grand final, and there were plenty on the goal line in that instance, but it just clean bowled everyone.
Didn't Jake Dance love it? Woo.
So 33-point margin, that makes it extremely tough for Lindisfarne, particularly in these conditions.
One word it does. Danger zone for the Two Blues. They need something here. What's the feeling like boundary side in the Two Blues box, Daxie?
Mate, that's a big error from them. I reckon that's got over by half a foot, and I think they had 3 defenders, maybe the ruckman on the line, so that's a wee miss there.
They need something here. Can it come through Westbury? He gets it off to 5. He's smashed in a tackle by Lister. Paolini gets it up to Bailey. Bailey bends one around, but Clark of the Ryan variety goes wide, finding Cohen. Cohen plays on. He's got a man long in Walter. Old sticky hands. Lister got smashed in a tackle. Umpire circles will give a free kick to Fife. Fife's kick goes wide, finds Bailey. Bailey wheels around. Apparently his daughter or son was due today. How's that?
Might have to head up to the Royal at half-time.
Hopkins gives it off to Bailey. This is better from the Two Blues. Going back with a flight, Doreen. Rushed kick. Kick in hope, really. O'Neill made him look pretty good. Clifford went out wide towards Jackson Gordon, who's got all the time in the world. Can stop and assess. Sends it long towards a man that can't get there. Zantuck ducked under the tackle, got his kick away just. Lands in the arms of Bailey. Bailey wheels around. Long kick inside forward 50. Who's at home? Westbury. Oh, gee, got lost there. Did Code. Bending back. And Doreen takes a chest mark. Uncharted waters for Joey Doreen.
Lindisfarne just relying on too few contributors at the minute, with Fife, Sheldon Smith and Bailey getting a lot of the ball, but not able to really get anything going inside 50. Cygnet doing a much better job.
Short little dinky one for
Interesting
O'Neill.
strategy by the Port sending Joe back. I'd be trying to bang on a couple more, go into the break with a bit of a healthier lead.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really need to stop. There's still 5 minutes left in the term or so, as we see a boundary thrown at centre wing. I don't think Jones is right. Cohen got it away, pushed underneath the footy. Nice little rush kick forward. Cleland got it forward, and the mark is taken by O'Neill. O'Neill looks up. He's getting leads from everywhere, but there's no Joey Doreen to kick to, so he goes towards Polly, and then it's slipping in. Look at him. I think it's Code. I can't actually see anything. It's not Code. It's actually Noah Clifford. Should have known. Look at that.
It fell for him, didn't it? It was directly into the breadbasket, and Noah Clifford with a chance to kick Cygnet's 8th goal.
So if I'm coach Trey Westbury here, if this goes through, I'm not hitting the panic button at all. It's a 39-point lead. 39 points. Noah Clifford gets his first. And you know what I'm saying to my Chargers if I'm the Lindisfarne coach? I'm saying, do you guys remember last year when the Hiltonville Lions were 42 points up in the second term and Cygnet came back and won? That's what we're going to do. We're going to start playing carefree footy because we've got nothing to lose. And we're going to have a crack here. That's the only way they're going to win it.
Are you going down to the rooms at half-time to have
No,
that speech?
I should.
So,
I'd be a great coach.
you're going to win someone a boat.
Daxie, you got something for us? And then you're a coach. What would you be saying?
A former coach, and with a pretty poor record, I might add. But I feel as though Cygnet are just first to the footy here. They're looking a little bit tired, Lindisfarne.
Through comes Stanley. He's caught with the footy, holding the ball. Tried to shrug a few too many. Lister caught him on the second chat. Now he gets called to play on. Cohen going back with a flight. He wheels around. He's got numbers. Walter comes at the footy. Old sticky fingers can't get hold of that one. Slippery work there by... what's going on here? Someone's called a high free kick going to Zantuck.
See that kick by Cohen though? The guy with the socks up.
Yep.
It's poetry in motion, and normally Walter is extremely reliable, and he could have almost got one for high, but the umpire didn't think so.
Zantuck gets the rush kick away. Little push in the back there on Smith, and that'll be 50 metres. Now he gets called to play on. Oh, and it's an absolutely horrible kick inside forward 50. Jackson Gordon got collected there low.
Yeah, he's legged.
And it'll be a Paolini free kick. Got to keep your feet, Jackson. The lights are on here at North Hobart Oval. We're giving away a boat at half-time. Horrible conditions.
In this weather.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. I'll stay up
Might be able
here.
to drive the boat out of North Hobart Oval. Paolini must kick goal for Lindisfarne.
See if the new haircut's made him more aerodynamic, Tubes.
Well, he's had it for a while now, Paolini. Jackson Gordon caught him below the knees, and it's across the face of goal. In fact, it hasn't made the journey, and they've slipped it over the line smartly for a behind. First score of the quarter for Lindisfarne. Long kick.
That's a huge kick.
It's a huge roost, isn't it? There's the Texter Sharp. His handball a little too hot for Blaisley. Blaisley gets worked off the ball. Now a chance for Dance. Just kicks it off the ground. Clever stuff. Was held off the ball. Smart. Got it back towards Clifford. And now the ball rolls out of bounds. Gee, it's horrible conditions here, isn't it? Just horrible.
Just speaks to the breeze that's heading to the left of the screen. Carry that ball had. Obscene, and now we're in the other end of the ground within a couple of kicks.
Jones out of the ruck with the foot. Ducked into the tackle. Was that holding the ball? No, you dumped him after the tackle according to the umpire. So it's a free kick to Alex Gall. Gall's got a man out wide in Lample if he wants. He doesn't look in that direction. So he goes short to Adams.
Kick.
Adams gets called to play on. He goes wide to Bailey Westbury. He looks up. Bit of a hot chase on. The short kick goes to Zantuck. This is the footy that I like to see Lindisfarne play. Long kick down towards Hopkins. Nice defensive work there. Outcome to meet the ball was Dance, and it's over the line for a ball in.
It was to Stocks' advantage, but he just couldn't quite get the right body work. And Lindisfarne once again unable to convert inside 50. They haven't had many chances this quarter though, Tubes.
Just a little belief here. A goal for the two Blues might make it worth it. Blaisley just can't gather the footy. Corey Polly tried hard. He probably threw that one away. There's bins down everywhere. We had a swirl of... Oh, look at this. Over the top of... We've got some jet planes coming at us. Look at the roulettes. Nice of them to put the roulettes on for us. That's out of bounds.
The occasion deserves it, Tubes. It's SFL Grand Final day.
Look at that. You can hear them. There they go, across the top of the domain. I don't know what they're doing here. Anyway, game on.
They found you, Tubes.
Fife gets the ball forward. Oh, Lister courageously going back with the flight. Clark came in to meet the footy. Got one around the nouse, I was going to say. And he'll get a free kick.
Fife was upended there. It was lucky to not be called legged as it was earlier.
Westbury was good there, and then Jackson Gordon kept running. The handball overlap is on. Handball inside to microphone head. The old Spindleshanks gets rid of it. Oh, he's in trouble! Goal didn't give up. And that's holding the footy. 35 seconds to go. That was a certain goal. They had numbers everywhere inside forward 50. What are these roulettes doing? Do they know about the weather? Code sends the ball along with a real tumble punt. This could go anywhere. This could go through. It won't. Walter over the line, boundary throwing. They've just done a loop-de-loop.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
What are they doing? Why are they?
Just a few training exercises, I think.
Daxie, you used to fly one of them, didn't you?
Yeah, it's been a while, and I certainly wouldn't come out in these conditions. Far more experienced than that.
Dangerous stuff. Westbury, they need something here, the two Blues. They probably need a rest, to be honest. A little rest and a reset won't hurt. And there it is, it's half-time in the Banjos Bakery Southern Football League Senior Grand Final at North Hobart Oval. A massive game here. A 6-goal term for the Port. And there's the roulette. Look at it. Crazy nutcases. 8-6, 54 to 2-4, 16. The two Blues with the work to do here in the second half of the game. Goal kickers for the Port. We've got 2 to Cam Wilder. Matt Fletcher's got 2, then singles to Jesse Cohen, Noah Clifford, Elijah Cohen. And for the two Blues, just the 2 goal kickers, Ed Stanley and Ryan Martin. They were held to 1 point in that term, Webby.
They were. Jake Dance as well, a goal kicker for Cygnet. They took complete control in that quarter. 6 goals to none. Getting it forward with regularity, and Tubes is about to give away a boat.
Yeah, I'm about to get up, down and give a boat. So you should be able to still hear me on the broadcast as I head on down. But we'll be back shortly with the second term in just a few minutes. Run us through your better players, Webby.
Better players for me, Cam Walter, obviously some really strong hands. Dropped a mark late in the second half, and that was the first mistake that he'd made. Matthew Fletcher with 2 goals as well. Lockie Watt been brave despite the shoulder complaint. And Joseph Doreen not really involved in the contest, so not one of the better players, but we'll look to see him jump up in this second half. So Tubes is going to give away a boat in these conditions. He's just heading down to the left-hand end of screen, which is where the wind is, Tubes. So I'm just
heading down there now. So it's going to be a tough gig here, Webby, as we head on down. It's been a promotion by Triple M, Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes, as we look forward to seeing you. Let's go and see what's happening here. We've been asking for your entries all season, and as we come down, all right, our first kicker today is Sophie from New Norfolk. Hello, Sophie. Behind the line, please, Soph. If you land it in the boat, you get the boat. The first person to land it in the boat and it stay in the boat from about 20 metres will get the boat. This is Sophie from New Norfolk. Off you go, Sophie. Oh. All right, next up, Darcy from Cremorne. Let's go, Darcy. From the Dodgers Ferry Football Club, let's go. Land it in the boat, you get it. Let's go. Go for it, Darcy. It's good, too long. Next up, Laura from Penna. Come on, Laura. Here we go. Thanks to our mates here at Channel Marine and Mercury and Stacer Boats. This is everything you need. Oh, that was close. Next up, Sharon from Snug. Okay, Sharon, off you go. That wasn't great, Sharon, but that's okay. You had a try. Tim from Howden. Land it in the boat, you get in the boat. Let's go for it. A left footer, if you don't mind. Too far to the left, all right. Nearda. Neatsy Lynch. Kicking for Sandy from Brighton. In she comes. Land it in the boat and you get the ball. was close. All right, we're going to all move up. Bring yourselves up a little bit closer. All right, let's reset. We've got Sophie from New Norfolk first. We've got our shaving cream line here. Great work on the shave. That's a terrible effort. All right, you can come right up to the line. Sophie from New Norfolk. Get it in the boat, you will win a boat. Oh, little one, that's got to land on the full though, Sophie. Darcy, you get your chance. Here we go, Darcy from Caron in the boat, and it's landed in. No, it's bounced out, Darcy. It needs to stay in the boat. Laura from Penna. Let's go. This is all thanks to Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes. And Laura from Penna's kicked a beautiful one. We're back to Sharon from Snug. Okay, Sharon, let's see what you've got. That was better than the first one, if I'm honest. All right, Tim from Howden, let's do this. Landed in the boat, Tim. And you get, no good. Neatsy, you're up again from Glenorchy. Real chance here. Up and over the top, unfortunate. All right, let's do it again. We're coming even closer this time. We'll go all the way back. Now, if nobody gets it, okay, we will draw this on Monday morning on Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes. Someone will be taking away this magnificent boat worth $12,500 thanks to our mates at Channel Marine, Mercury and Stacer Boats. Everything you need to enjoy on the water. Sophie is in! Sophie! Unbelievable! Congratulations, Sophie from New Norfolk. You've won yourself a boat. How does that feel?
Amazing. So good.
Will you take it in the water at New Norfolk?
Absolutely. I've brought it home, Tubes.
Unbelievable stuff. How does it feel?
Good. Bloody amazing.
And when did you enter, Sophie?
To be honest, I don't really know. I got called on Tuesday. I think it was from Sunday last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I knew it would be one of the girls because girls know how to kick footies.
Sophie, that is unbelievable. You've won yourself a 379 Seasprout complete with Mercury outboard motor. Let's go and have a look at your brand new boat worth $12,500. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sophie from New Norfolk, winning herself a brand new boat. All of the contestants get to take home your brand new Sharon thanks to the SFL. And thank you so much to our mates at Channel Marine and Mercury and Stacer Boats, giving you everything you need to enjoy life on the water. Congratulations, Sophie. Unbelievable. The footy's coming up next. And everyone else coming as well. We better get your boat off Have you got a car to tow it away with, Sophie? Because we need you to go and get that now to tow the boat. No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. You units, lift it up. Replace all divots down here at Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes. Be sure to tune in for all the breakdown of the SFL Grand Final on Monday from 6 a.m. Welcome back to North Hobart Oval. My name's Tubes Taylor from Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes. If you missed it at half-time, we gave away a boat to Sophie from New Norfolk with the Boot for a Boat promotion. We've had the roulettes here as part of the Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes half-time entertainment. Look at the roulettes flying through the air. Mind you, they got smoke coming out of the back of them, Webby. I'm not sure if anything's going wrong there.
I think that's what it's supposed to do.
Okay,
Tubes.
let's go down to the man on the boundary, Daxie Gray from the Hobart Football Club. Daxie, you went into the rooms. What was the message?
I did wander in for a look, hopeful of a couple of tips for some of my colleagues. The language was really strong in the Cygnet rooms. They were talking about how well they prepared throughout the whole year. It wasn't really about the next 5 minutes. It was about sort of longer-term stuff. And it was really quite calm in the Lindisfarne space, actually, and I couldn't quite get close enough to the action, but I suspect there's going to be a response here from them.
38 points is their deficit right now, the Lindisfarne 2 Blues. They need something, and they need something now as we start the term in the Banjo's Bakery SFL Grand Final. Martin caught one high, got a free kick finally. He turned around to the umpire and basically begged him to give him a free kick. And fair enough too, there was a free kick. You'll see as he sends it deep inside forward 50 that there is some shaving cream on the ground there. Lister pushed under the ball. Out it comes now. Quick kick by Cohen. Kick around the corner. Gall's got the best position on this one. He's got Fletcher for company. He runs into a trouble there in Cleland. Got rid of it. Out it comes for Fletcher. Fletcher gives it off to Lister. Lister with a rush kick down inside forward 50. Bouncing ball at the back. Doreen couldn't gather. Sharp could. He got it off to Blaisley. Blaisley gives it to Bailey. Bailey's got Hopkins long and deep. He goes that way. Out to the centre wing position. He swings around. Gives himself a little handball. Yellow boots just like the ball. Great tackle Jackson Gordon. And we'll see a ball up.
Only in Tasmania could it snow in the second quarter, and now players are having trouble with the sun in the third. You've seen a couple of people, including the umpire, put their hand over their eyes because the glare of the sun has picked up dramatically after half-time.
Yeah, it's a different ball game right now with the weather. Ashland gets his kick smothered by Johns. Went back and got it though, Luke Ashland. Geez, I've been impressed with his game.
Played a great game.
Absolutely smashed in that second term. Out it comes now for Gall. Gall short to Bailey. Bailey wheels around. He's in trouble. Dance arrived late. Eden Bailey now has the footy at half forward, gets called to play on. Good kick to Hopkins. This is the start they need. They just want to possess the footy. I think if it dries out, it might favour Lindisfarne a little bit.
Cygnet just had so much ascendancy across to this left of screen in the second term, and as Daxie said, he's expecting Lindisfarne to come back now that they're kicking with the wins. It just depends how close they can get to what is a pretty massive margin at this point of 38 points.
In comes Hopkins. Long kick across the face of goal, through from behind. First score of the third term.
If you're a Lindisfarne supporter, I hate to say it, but it's just softened a fraction, that southerly. I'll go and speak to Daniel Wall. He's a fisherman, but I feel like it's a bit of a southwesterly that's eased.
Rush kick by Dance. Out it comes for Cohen. He wheels around. Clifford's going to go back with the flight courageously. Got annihilated again. There's been some annihilations. Dance gets it out to Toby Cohen. Gives it over to O'Neill. O'Neill's kick is straight down the throat of Zantuck. He had a little bit more time there, George O'Neill. Zantuck, his kick. Dangerous. Watt throws it on the boot. Walter wheels. Gets past one, can't get past the second. Through with pace. Came the Cygnet player. I think it might have been Code. It was. Ball up.
It was a good tackle by Blaisley there to force that ball to the ground and force stoppage.
Clifford through the fingertips of Jones. His kick was smothered with Westbury. Zantuck tried to burrow in. Umpire says, give it to me, fellas, and I'll ball it up. Daxie, if you're the coach of the Lindisfarne 2 Blues, what would your message have been at half-time?
Well, I could see that Cygnet were well and truly first at the footy, and I think there was an example just then that there were two blokes laying that tackle down. It was living in, the Cygnet forward 50 there for a couple of minutes, and I just feel like they're a touch more desperate, so they've got to, here we go.
They're on.
Get first at the footy.
Blaisley sends one down to Paolini.
Great kick.
This is what they have to do, just possess the footy. Westbury running past, streaming down. Needs a little twinge there on the hammy maybe just to test it out. Here's where, oh, look at that. Nice work by Ed Stanley. Spinning out of trouble, Johns has threw it away. Ed Stanley just rode the bump and we'll see a ball up. They're just failing at that forward entry, aren't they?
Yeah, they're getting it in there, but it's not as clean possession as it is for Cygnet. They're not locking it in there either. Let's hope they can do that now for their sake.
Sharp. Collect the footy. Almost got collected high. Umpire said, no. It'll be a ball up.
feel like the two Blues need to strike here in this first 5 minutes. 2 or 3 quick ones is going to get them back into the game and give them some confidence.
Here's your man Ashland.
Pushed off. O'Neill, sorry. Out it comes now. Ball at the back. Threw it away. Watt gets pushed off the footy. Maybe a downfield free kick. Umpire's called it, yes, that way. It'll be a free kick to Joey Doreen. No, it'll go to Dance.
The first goal of the game, Jake Dance.
It was a ripper too.
It's been lively.
Your boy Luke Ashland, Webby.
Oh, he's been so good in this contest. So hard and tough.
He's ridiculously hard. Bouncing ball inside forward 50. Oh, Jesse Cohen gathered the ball but then miskicked. Through behind, that would have broken hearts of two Blues supporters. What do you like about Luke Ashland, Daxie?
I think that he's a Commandy boy originally, or certainly from Commandy stock. I mean, he is so tough. He looks tough with the bald cranium and the beard, and he is tough. And he's actually got pretty reasonable skills too.
That I remember what you called the bloke from Bright Chrome Dome, Webby, in the twos.
Let's not talk about that
I've
anymore.
not brought that up. Out the ball came from Dane Bailey. Johns got it back to Bailey. Bailey with a rush kick through fingertips that gets to Adams. Now to Westbury. Westbury gets pushed off the footy. Sent the ball towards his teammates. Fife almost got a free kick for an infringement with his own teammate. Now a chance for Lister, bending one around, and the ball just slips and slides. Daxie, get yourself a touch there, mate.
Did you see that? We just called out Ashland for his hardness. He tried to absolutely barrel the opponent then when he should have tackled, but alas, the ball spilled out and it sort of came forward Cygnet's way.
Ball in. This will be a free kick going to Will Polly. Can't hold on in the ruck contest, Blakey Jones. Gives it off to Lister. He gets smacked. Now a chance. Blaisley sends a real bush punt down towards Ryan Martin, who fists it away. That was clever in the end. Now a chance for Westbury. Teach Westbury's bending kick will land in the arms of Clark. He had the sunlight to deal with, which is something strange considering it was literally snowing not 20 minutes ago.
Here's Hopkins. Good smother by Westbury. Now Fife. Right on the boundary line. Stacks on.
Can I say something here, Webby? I feel like Lindisfarne have brought it this term, as Dylan Fife just falls over nothing. But they've been matched by the hardness at the footy by the Cygnet boys. And that's just been the difference.
They haven't. Additionally, when their best players, Lindisfarne, are getting the ball in Fife and Smith, they just don't have as much space to operate, whereas there's more contributors for Cygnet.
Yep.
Guys like Blaisley's been really good down back, but he's had to do far too much because the ball's been down there too much.
Polly got it out. Long kick.
That was one of the great throws of all time, Matt.
Daxie, hold on the button there, riding the boundary. Looking like a Wolfie you are, actually.
Oh, am I? Well, I mean, if you're going to go to the barber shop in 2024, are you going to go for the 69 Bailey Westbury or the gentleman that's running past me now in the yellow?
Tubes is already a really great fan of that boundary umpire.
Absolutely magnificent. I might introduce myself to him.
Yeah, just get his name, please. Could you, Daxie? Because it's all-time good. The boundary umpire that is in front of Daxie that's not throwing it in. There it is. Have a look at it. Wow. I'm getting one of those, Daxie. I can't grow it. I'll tell you what, if I could grow hair like that, I'd be having one of those, thanks.
Exquisite.
So ball up, inside forward 50 for the Cygnet Football Club. Jones with authority, trying to wrestle back some authority in the game too. Punched away by Code. Out it comes by Cohen. Here's a chance now for O'Neill. He breaks the tackle, handball to himself, and then rode the bump, and is happy to see a boundary throw-in. I've already been asked by Tony from Southport, good morning Pops from Southport, says, Tubes, how much did you pay for that haircut? Well, I'll have you know, Pops, I paid good money for it, and I look pretty good, I reckon. boundary.
You're on
goal.
billboards, Tubes. So, you know, it's a
I'm actually
good
not.
indication it's a decent...
Sheldon Smith through with traffic, gets lost with his feet. Cohen got a kick just. Polly of the Corey variety. Tap back. Through came Clifford. Here's Cohen towards goal. He's done it again. He works some miracles, Toby Cohen. And the first goal of the third term goes to Cygnet. And it looks like there's a free kick going the way of Cygnet.
It's breaking down here for Lindisfarne, it looks like, Daxi.
I didn't quite see what happened there, but
Blake
honestly,
Jones.
they deserve that. The ball's been living in the forward 50 for Cygnet for a good 10 minutes, and there is still an advantage to the Bowls Club end. So kudos to the Port.
Here's the kick for goal. Brilliant stuff. And then something happened off the ball. Blake Jones went in and pushed Mitch Lister over unnecessarily. He got bumped and then went back. It's often the retaliator that gets missed, and he sent it through, and he goes back and gives it to him too.
Lets him know about it.
That's 2 in like 10 seconds. And now it's getting into danger zone. It's a 49-point lead to the Cygnet.
The coach has just
Footy
gone
Club.
in and sent the big fella on the bench just to have a breather. Have a squirt of the H2O and think, I'm not sure that's the go. Not sure that's the go.
He
So
just-
take a seat.
He just
Take
blew a
seat.
couple of kisses to the Cygnet bench on his way through. Big Blake Jones.
I love the kid. He's a great boy, Blake Jones. He's a lovely fella, and he's had a great season. Just gets a little bit fired up sometimes, big Blake Jones. So we're back in the middle. Poor old Blake Lamprell's got a ruck contest now because the recognised ruckman can't be seen, and through with pace came a number of players, and this one will go to the microphone head himself, Fletcher. I've been told to call him that. Fletcher plays on like
You're
it's...
allowed to do that,
yeah.
son.
Fletcher, you've got to learn the rules of footy. That's it. So, Matty Fletcher, apologies if you're not happy being called microphone head, but I'll tell you who it is one day if you come and see me.
Five in the hole.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That is courage. They need something. They've only been able to score 2 behinds since the first term. Johns can't quite. Here he is again. Old Spindleshanks gets it forward through fingertips. Gall with a rush kick. This will work out okay. Left for Westbury. Very smart talk. At least they're still talking to each other at Lindisfarne. Short kick. Too much on it for Paolini. And it's out of bounds. There he is, Daxi. He's got to touch the kid. You're going to invoice us that for us, Daxi?
Mate, there was plenty of cheers. I'm not sure if the ball was coming to me or it was because our lad on the boundary umpire duty was in the area. I think the latter.
Probably. Lister, Cohen rather. Zantuck gets it up to Cleland. Cleland out to Cohen. Fife gets it back now. Martin with a rush kick to half forward, right on the paint of 50. Johns just a little overzealous, gets a free kick against. So Tammins has been very good. Who are your best ons? Who are we leaning towards here so far?
Look, I think Cameron Walter in the first half was pretty influential.
Oh, yeah.
Your man Matthew Fletcher has been really good with a couple of goals as well.
Yeah, I do love a microphone too.
We do have to talk about him.
Out on the full. Can they win from here, Daxi? The Lindisfarne 2 Blues? Can they come back?
Look, I'd like to give them some hope, but I feel as though this was the quarter they had to make a move, and they just haven't.
Yet.
They've been outworked. Cygnet first at the footy, they're running harder. I feel like they're just flat-footed, and there you go. Look at that.
Polly with strength gets it off to Watt. Watt to Cleland, back to Watt.
Still
now,
running for each other.
A wide one out to Code. Code goes long, looking for Jesse Cohen, floating back with a flight. Courage, good.
Got to call out Lachlan Watt playing with that shoulder as well. I mean, courage personified, going off, getting it put back into place, getting it restrapped, and then not being able to lift his right arm above his shoulder, but still getting on the end of it, in and under. Just great courage. This type of stuff that wins you flags.
Jesse Cohen, the hero of 2023. looking to put his Port Football Club up even further into 55-point territory. In he comes. In fact, they're already at 50 points. Make that 56. Jesse Cullen's got 2. 3 goals. And that is a run of 9 in a row for the Two Blues, for the Cygnet Footy Club against the Two Blues. What a kick.
Two Blues started this game really strongly.
Sorry, did you see that?
I did not.
Can we get another look at that to our wonderful technical director, Andrew Harcourt? The bloke fell over the fence when the goal went through.
That is rough. We've got to look at that again.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that again.
You asked me best players, and I left out one name, Luke Ashland.
Yeah.
Because he's got to be there. Yeah, just hard as a cat's head. That's exactly what you need from a defender. And here they go again, Cygnet. You know, they're in everything. They just can't.
They've had contributors across the board too. This fella's played really well on Ed Stanley, kept him quite quiet since he kicked the first goal. Jackson Simpson. Shout out to his mum, Michelle, who's watching all the way from Queensland. He goes wide. Finds a man in Code. Code's kicked long to Polly. Pushing the back though. Lamprell's free kick. I reckon Polly's had a fresh fade too. Polly goes after it again. Good pressure. Martin dove on the footy, ball up. Let's take a look at the man falling over the fence. Here he goes. Look at the back. Look at that. There he goes. And he's over.
It's not a swanton bomb, I think.
Yeah. Matt Hardy. Jeff Hardy, maybe. Anyway, a free kick's been pulled out here to Will Polly. One of the great WWE fans is our man Dexy Gray on the boundary.
That's what the three of us have got in common there.
The Ultimate Warrior down there.
It's that era, is he?
Yeah, he's an attitude era man too, I reckon. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, Y2J.
Meat.
Now the
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, mate.
Yes.
I thought you were Brutus the Barber Beefcake, judging by that bloke who's running around on the boundary. He's gone at him with a set of shears.
He's Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yes. Oh, a little push and shove here. Corey Polly saw him coming into the ground early. Bouncing ball inside forward 50. Jesse Cohen just needs to fill out a little bit further, and he is going to be a superstar. I think he's 17 years old, Jesse, on screen. Love to see it. Boundary throwing. Fletcher out the back to Walter, bending one around the corner. Bouncing ball. Blaisley's been one of the best for the Two Blues. Tapped it on now to Stocks. Short.
That's a tough kick.
Yeah. Got to bite it off though, right? Fife again just loves getting folded. And we'll see a ball up right on half forward for the Cygnet Footy Club. Ashland's just chucked himself into the ruck. Just needs to come into the game a bit more, you reckon?
Stone Cold.
Martin. Right in the middle of North Hobart Oval. Code kept running. Martin went the man, not the ball, and ended up being the right choice. Paolini now has some time and space. He gets his handball over the top to Adams. Adams back looking for Sheldon Smith. The tackle pressure is immense from the Cygnet Footy Club, rather. Now a bend around the corner in a kick and hope, and guess who's there? Cleland wheeling around. He's got a long option. Going long towards a man in Clifford. A little bit too much on it. Webster through in trouble. Oh, great tackle again. And it's caught holding the footy. Great tackle. I think it's George O'Neill. He's been excellent today.
He's been very, very, very good, George O'Neill. He's been able to break a few tackles. I recall him breaking a Dylan Fife tackle earlier in this contest. But that tackle was brilliant. And this could continue to punctuate what's been a very impressive afternoon by the Cygnet Football Club.
What's a domination?
Yeah.
This is for 10 in a row. Might even be more. It's not good. Polly kept it in. Here he is. Oh, Candyman! Oh, trying off the ground. Here's a chance now for Clifford.
Oh,
Genius, was it touched? Play on was the call. It was touched. Goodness me, it's a 9-goal 3. 57-point margin. Westbury. Underneath it. Adams. Martin couldn't take the mark. Got it up to Sheldon Smith. He's a chance from here too. It's a horrible kick. Paolini got collected by Gordon and it'll be a free kick. And this will be the first goal since the first term for the Two Blues.
He's put a bit of moss on him. He hasn't kicked it yet. But he's on a favourable side for a right footer and he's 20 metres out.
If you can't kick one from here. Right.
What you're saying is I need to mark it down.
I'm just saying put in the... And Matteo Paolini's a great kick of the footy. An absolute rat bag, but a great kick of the footy. There we go. Maybe some belief. The first goal since the first term for the Two Blues, and the margin's back to 51.
Just have to do that another 9 times. And
unanswered. And did you hear what happened downstairs? Someone said,
that was my housemate. That's my housemate. We'd have a quick 3/4 time conversation downstairs, I think. What sort of housemate is Matteo Paolini?
Go and do an interview. I know he's a ratbag, so I think we don't need to bother. He gets himself into some trouble.
You mean that in the nicest possible way.
I love it. Jones won the ruck contest. Here's a chance for Cleland. He gave it back to Jones. Jones with a rushed kick. This works out okay. Ashland's right on the hammer of Johns. Left it behind to Teach Westbury. Squirted it out to the back to Paolini. Paolini gave it out now to Johns. Johns kept on keeping on, and now a kick out towards the boundary. Beats all comers. We'll see a boundary throw in. What's happening boundary side, Daxi?
I'm just trying to find the sun currently.
Get a tan, mate.
Yeah, I'm not sure about getting a tan. I want to keep as many items of clothing on for myself and those behind me.
Adams got a handball away, only as far as Westbury. Fife came through hard. Lister trying at the back. Now a chance for Clark. The numbers are with the Two Blues as they keep moving it towards goal. Brilliant work by Simpson to get it out, but Dane Bailey will gobble this one up. He is a nice kick of the football. He's a long way out though. There is a bit of swirly breeze. Daxi, what can you see? Is he a chance from here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure of his kicking prowess, but he's got a fair bit of assistance behind him. Looks like he's going to kick with his right foot too.
Breeze going across his body on the right to left. He plays on and then just pops it to the top of the square in the end. Polly at the back and they touch it across for a rush behind.
So much more positive from Lindisfarne the last 3 or 4 minutes, but not able to affect the scoreboard quite as much as Cygnet were in the second term when they piled on 6 goals to nothing.
You can see the way that even the goalposts are moving. It's a pretty crook sort of a day. Numbers around the footy for the Two Blues. Fife got it back to Zantuck. Zantuck looks up. He's got Sheldon Smith at centre forward. Just didn't have enough on the footy. And Lister takes the mark at centre half back.
He's been good, Mitchell Lister, today.
Oh, yeah, very good. Out wide finds Tammins. Tammins short to Cleland.
You hit the nail on the head, Tubes. It's just been a contribution right down the line.
Oh,
almost every player on the Cygnet list has contributed something really positive today.
Oh, gee, that was good. Out they come through Cohen. And Lockie Watt, the coach, takes a mark on the paint of 50, and he's sore.
I think Webby hit it on the head there. Cygnet, it's really difficult to find their top 3. I reckon they've had 16 really strong contributors. I mean, I think the transition out of the back line there, everyone was running, providing options. I think that's a really great sign, you know, deep into the third quarter.
And then Lockie Watt just hits up Jacob Lister all by himself inside forward 50. Lockie Watt's coming off very sore, shoulder hurting him. won't hurt tonight when he's had a few, what do you want? Beers.
Pepsi Maxes.
Pepsi Maxes. That's a horrible kick from Lister. Webster all by himself. Gives it off to Stocks. Eden Bailey tackled Cleland. O'Neill went in hard to gather the footy. He gets smashed in a tackle. See another ball up. Out the back comes Martin. Had much more time than that to just try and assess what was going on. Well done to Tammins, who held on. Fisher handballed over the top to space. Jackson Gordon is quick. He bends one around. Fletcher's been very good. Westbury's tackled hard, and it'll be a ball up.
And that encapsulated, I mean, that Fisher handball was to no one in particular because there was no one in particular around. I mean, the forward was too deep in that instance and wasn't really supporting, and that's kind of indicative of Lindisfarne's game today.
Polly's been good in the ruck, off the ground by Martin. Rushing the ball out towards the wing. Lister happy to see it across the line in front of the boundary. And we'll see a ball up. Yeah, I just think it's been a real domination since quarter time. It was tight until then, and then they came out and had a 6-goal second term. Jones got it away. Big fly from Blaisley. He can do that. Fisher got it up now to Smith. Smith off to Westbury. Westbury with a good kick downfield. Free kick against. So poor old Jackson Simpson's been absolutely torched here by, I think it was against Tammins. Free kick downfield. Oh, look out. Webby's got the pen out. He's marking this one down. Well, the bloke's kicked 100 goals in the season.
Saying a word.
In he comes. He's happy with it. Through the middle. Second goal for Ed Stanley. And the margin is now 44 points.
For Lindisfarne, it's just about ending their season on the biggest high that they possibly can, given the fact that this margin seems insurmountable with a quarter to go. But well, Fred Stanley, you know, 2 goals, good contribution.
Look, I don't think it's. I mean, we're coming up to 3/4 time here, and I don't.
We've got to kick 8 goals to none in the last quarter.
We saw 6 goals to none in the second term.
We did.
So
they're not kicking that way.
True. They're kicking that way now.
They are.
Westbury plays on quickly. There's a number of players going back with the flight. Joey Doreen's one of them. Lister got it back towards Simpson. Simpson's got a couple to beat. His handball came over the top to Clark. Clark with a long kick up the wing. This one will be out on the full.
They put Blaisley up forward to crash the pack, which seems to be working really well last couple of entries.
Oh, that was great from Westbury. And then the double fist from Cohen over the boundary for a boundary throw-in. And I don't mind that move. He's their best, in my mind, Blaisley is their best player currently. He's been their best.
Yep.
Along with Fife contributing.
Yep. But too few.
Yeah.
Is the issue.
Down the back. Through came Bailey. Zantuck got it away. Only just. Cohen trying hard. Polly got a kick away. Now a rush kick by Cohen towards Dance. Dance got it back towards Cohen. Another Cohen in the Elijah variety. Gets it and come on. Kicked off the ground, went out of bounds, and that's out deliberate. Insufficient attempt, apparently. That's fair enough too. And I'm sure Kim Dillon will go back over the tapes and message me during the week on Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes, as that is 3/4 time. A 3-goal to 2 quarter in favour of the Port. They lead 11-8-74 to 4 goals 6 rather. 30 goal kickers for the Port. It's 2 to Cam Walter, Matt Fletcher and Jesse Cohen, and then singles to Jake Dance, Noah Clifford, Mitch Lister, Elijah Cohen and Toby Cohen. And then for the two Blues, it's 2 to Ed Stanley, 1 to Ryan Martin, and Matteo Paolini celebrated like he'd won the goal kicking in the third quarter. Better players for you, Webby?
Well, I think we talked about it throughout that third term, but you could throw a blanket over the Cygnet senior side today and say that the vast majority of them have played their roles almost to perfection. Call-outs from me. Luke Ashland is our man up here. We've been a big fan of his work all day. Cameron Walter had a good first half. Kind of dropped off in that second half. Didn't really see him a lot in that third term. Jack Tammons has been good down back.
Yeah.
He's been strong. He's had a lot of it. Lockie Watt, we have to talk about him and his shoulder. He's been really brave. Mitchell Lister as well, kicked a goal and been in everything.
The Clark boys too. Tom and Ryan Clark been very, very good.
Yeah,
Daxi,
you can name almost anyone.
Yeah, you're right. Daxi, down boundary side. What's the feeling like around the Lindisfarne 2 Blues huddle?
Oh, mate, I'd say they're relatively calm. Looks like the leaders are taking control. I think Teach Westbury's been pretty solid, the 33.
Yep.
But I'll listen in for the message. But I reckon they've got to roll the dice here. I thought towards the back end there, they sort of took a few risks, tried to play on, and I think that's going to serve them well into the last quarter if they're going to give themselves a chance.
Let's take a look at the highlights from the third quarter. So it was a great game. I mean, this by Toby Cohen. He works the ball. Sometimes you think he's out of the contest, and he just gets himself into the right spots. Absolutely amazing. Lister was the recipient of a free kick against Blake Jones, so they were gifted one there, and then Blake Jones went in again, and then the coach said, get him off, we'll have a spell. Elijah Cohen got on the end of 1-2, kicking his first goal of the game. And then for the 2 Blues, Matteo Paolini kicked one. It was a nice kick in the end, working a little bit in the breeze. And Ed Stanley got a downfield free kick and stopped the run of Cygnet goals. It's currently a 44-point margin. Cygnet 11-8-74 lead Lindisfarne 4-6-30. It's a blowout, but you never say never. But I tell you what, if that stuff in the distance comes towards us, the rainbow, that garbage there that we're focusing in on right now, if it snows again in this grand final, I'm going to be a bit angry.
Has it ever snowed twice in any grand final in history?
I don't think so.
Separate quarters.
I wouldn't have thought so. I just want you to have a look at the huddles at the moment. Look at that huddle. That is the Cygnet Football Club personified right there. That is the group. They are together. They are collected, and that's what makes them a great community. Lindisfarne, they're tight. They're a tight-knit group, and they do love each other. And you can see Trey Westbury saying in there, I don't care if we lose this game. I want to see us give us every chance to get ourselves inside this game. Daxi, what did you pick up?
You're right there, Tubesy. The Lindisfarne coaches called for play on at all costs. In defence, I think their mids have carried them really strongly all year, and they've asked to be first at the footy. They're really up against it here, I feel, but they're going to go down swinging, I suspect.
Can we just touch on really quickly while we've got a break in play here, Daxi? The Hobart Football Club to come back into the senior competition, and I think the majority of the football community across southern Tasmania really respects what you're doing as far as culture goes, mate. How did you see this season?
Thank you, mate. It's very kind of you. I saw a lot of things, actually. But I think that the most important thing for our footy club is that, we're going to continue that build of culture and about getting, the right personnel in, I don't think we're out there chasing the greatest footballers, but if you're of sound character, then you're going to get an opportunity, so that'll continue. Yeah,
love it, mate. What you've done there is create a community, and we know that, as we saw there at three-quarter time, the Lindisfarne Football Club keeping each other together has been a community of people, and you can see the success that it's brought them over the last few years. As the fourth quarter's underway, Lockie Watt gets his chance, and Joe Doreen flies high, can't quite Trey Westbury gives it off to Stocks. Stocks with a short one out towards Teej Westbury. He's been no one near him all day. Gives it off to Bailey. Bailey short to Fife. This is what I want Lindisfarne to do.
Where's his beam?
It hasn't. Well, that missed the mark. Jackson Gordon gave it off. Quick kick. Rushed there by Cohen. Polly with the crocodile arms. Tries to get it away. Couldn't take the mark. Bailey got it away. Now a chance for Lister. He's quick. Needs to go off the ground here. Got his handball free. Little interesting one over to Clifford. Clifford now to Cohen. Cohen goes towards goal. He kills it now. He's got 3, Jesse Cohen, if you don't mind. He's kicked a quarter of their goals.
Party time in the Kazali stand, where all the power supporters have found themselves this afternoon at North Hobart Oval. They've come along in droves and with signs and obviously the banner they went through prior to the game. It speaks to, as you said, Tubes, their football club, top to bottom, the community involvement, the volunteering. It's what you need for a strong football club, and Cygnet are certainly that. Yeah,
and I think, you know, them and the Hillville Lions, Dodgers Ferry are getting there. We saw Sorrel in the 2s. They're getting there too. And you'd love to see every SFL club build on that and start building community, because that's what it's all about. Connection with people inside your suburbs and your footy club. And wow, that's a good mark to Paolini, who'll go back and have a shot on goal. Is that something you think that you aspire to be like, obviously at the Hobart Football Club, Daxi, but across the SFL?
Mate, I think so. I mean, I played, you know, down the Southern Way as a junior, and to see the growth of, you know, you mentioned Cygnet and Huonville, it's been super impressive, but they've just got really strong cultures. Cygnet, maybe so, were a bit rat-baggish back in the day, but they're just a really solid club, full of great people, really well supported, and I think Webby pointed out there's 268 of them in the Kazali stand today, so hats off to them.
And Paolini went back and made no mistakes, so the margin now 34 points. Not out of the realms of possibility, this, because there's only 3 minutes gone in this term. I mean, you never say never here, but they need something. They need the run, and they're fit. Lindisfarne. O'Neill tackled hard, ball up.
There's plenty of time left, Tubes, but we're going to have to see a lot of that more free-flowing, running, play-on play from Lindisfarne if they're going to have a chance.
We've seen it in the early stages of this term, haven't we?
We have. We have to see that for the next 18 and a half odd minutes.
So ball up again here in the middle of the oval. Polly's been enormous, both figuratively and literally.
That was beautiful.
He's a monster of a man.
He's a large man.
He's a lovely kid too, young William. Comes from a really solid family, and I think he sits on the committee as well, and just a tireless worker on and off the pitch.
Mate, he loves it. He actually loves the Cygnet Football Club. He's had multiple sporties nights down there that have been arranged by him, raising funds for his magnificent football club as Lister gets it forward. Here's a chance now for Corey Polly. Gall has probably beaten him relatively fairly. Out it comes for O'Neill, who rushes one towards Walter. Out the back, Joey Doreen. Webster does really well, shrugs past a couple, then rushes a kick towards Sheldon Smith. He can't quite. Polly tapped it on. Bailey Westbury. Out it comes now for Noah Clifford. And we will see a ball up.
That was my favourite ground to go to this season, Tubes, to call a game down there at Cygnet.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, just the community down there, the atmosphere.
The chicken burgers.
Oh, yeah, the chips and gravy, you know.
Daxi, your favourite snack at the TCA, please? Have a think about it. We'll come back to you.
I might come back to you.
Westbury hasn't given up all day. Cohen going back with a flight, took a great contested mark.
Some may say I should be snacking though, Tubesy. I'll give you the side on silhouette here.
People say that about me on the reg, and I don't care. Long kick inside forward 50, bouncing ball over the back. O'Neill, bunt. Oh, great defensive work by the two Blues. He's been brilliant. Short kick. Sheldon Smith has time. Gives off the handball to a running Fife. Fife's kick short, trying to find Martin. Cohen got collected. Long kick inside forward 50. Zantuck couldn't quite. Webster, give it off. Now Cohen. He's got 4, has he? He has. Jesse Cohen has kicked 4 in a grand final, and all of a sudden he starts sneaking into the conversation around best on ground, doesn't he?
He has to, I think. The baby face, he's popped up a couple of times in this last term, and you know, one in the second, 1 in the third, and now 2 in the fourth. When the game is there to be won, that's a player that stood up and just taken the game by the scruff of the neck. Well done, Jesse Cohen. And I know you said never say never. Right? I think I'm almost ready.
The ladies warming up, you reckon? Ball out the back. Clark got it away. Smith gives it off to Gall. Bailey tackled by Dance. And that'll be wrapped up as easy as you like by Timmins. He loves those sort of defensive marks as he sends it a little high up and under. Dance got pushed under the ball by Bailey. Bailey's kicked straight to Martin. Umpire says play on. O'Neill lands on him. Ball up.
Really tried to play for the mark. Did Ryan Martin, who's kicked 1 already today, but the umpire was having no of it. It was a bump ball.
Polly. Rush kick. Comes out to Eden Bailey. Pushed off the ball. Code. A little too hot for Cleland. The boy from King Island. Absolutely smashed Dylan Fife. Oh, come on, Dylan. Come on, Dylan. He can play on here if he wants. He's got all the time in the world, so he sends it right to the top of the square. Big fly came from Johns. Out the back, Adams. Clark held on, so it's a free kick going to Adams. How many goals have come from free kicks for the two Blues?
Oh, I think out of the kick 5,
yep,
it has to be at least 2.
Yep.
Those
and
5.
Maybe this will be 3.
This could be 3.
It's okay. The free kicks are definitely there. That was there.
Well, they are.
Sam Adams. He's a year back at the footy club. Drills the goal. Little consolation goal for Sammy Adams. Margin back to 34 points. It's been a domination today.
It has. After quarter time, I mean, Lindisfarne had a strong first term. We thought there was going to be a real tight tussle throughout the day, Tubes, and Cygnet just came out after quarter time and went bang, 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 6 in a row. And Lindisfarne have been shell-shocked.
Daxie, you got something for us?
Not particularly at this venue, but I feel as though there might have been a Lauderdale victory at Bellreeve by 1 solitary.
Wow, that game has gone to the wire. Point in favour of the Lauderdale Bombers, so they will go and catch up with the North Launceston Bombers.
The Bomber Bowl.
It's a Bomber Bowl at York Park this weekend. Here he is, old microphone head, gets the ball off, and Benny one back. Toby Cohen through for another one by Toby. He just manages to find the goals, Toby Cohen.
2 for him.
He's been good. That's an amazing result for
Sets up a huge
Lauderdale
TSL
Football Club and
grand final next week.
Yeah, and I like, with respect to Clarence, who are a very good football side, I think Lauderdale and the Northern Bombers will go to the wire.
I called a game of Clarence versus Lauderdale earlier in the season down there at Skybus Oval.
The tip.
Yes, down there at the tip, and Lauderdale came out and just punched Clarence in the mouth, and they really announced themselves that day, and they did the same thing obviously at Bellreeve today, so full credit to them.
To Westbury, to Smith. Hard at the footy. Jackson Gordon's played a very good game now.
Smith.
Sheldon Smith gets tackled by Lister, copped him a little high. So it'll be a free kick to Sheldon.
Within range?
No. Oh, now he gives himself a little bit of extra room. He hasn't got the journey. Oh, Clark. Punched away for a ball in.
Great work by Clark. But you've seen that Lindisfarne have been at their best when players like Fife, Westbury and Smith, their starting midfield of Fife, Westbury and Smith have combined out of the middle, but they just haven't had enough other contributors.
Jones won it down. Fife been very good. Scooped a little handball up to Johns. Johns bending one around. Simpson just lost track of it through for a behind.
I think on that point there, Webby, they haven't been allowed to get to the footy first.
Yeah.
Cygnet have been there in numbers, and Smith's got off the chain here in the last 15 minutes, but it's probably too little too late.
We just saw the Silly Sunday girls walking around or Silly Saturday, if you like. I don't know where they were from. Maybe the Cygnet Football Club. Long kick down the wing, or maybe Huonville Lions. Westbury's tackled hard. Umpire, ball up.
A lot of onesies down there, which, to be honest, given the weather, not a bad option, the onesie. Did you consider the onesie coming in here today, Choops?
No, I did, but not for a long time.
Voice just went up about 5 octaves on that.
Yeah, I'm telling Lip Fibs. He's taking the mark there, Walter. He's got 2.
That was an easy chest mark off of soccer.
Well,
everything's going right.
When the game was on the line, Cam Walter was certainly the man that kicked 2 goals in the second term.
He did. Sticky fingers, as you call him.
Yeah. Oh, firecracker, and he comes. He'll light it up tonight. If he can kick another one, it's not great off the boot. Oh, Joey Doreen.
It's a wonderful pass.
So...
Well, the captain hasn't got a goal yet, so that's the team thing to do, isn't it?
Yep. He's missed. In fact, he hasn't had a huge game, Joey Doreen. He's kicked only the 2 points. Short kick to Fife. Goes long. Polly. Good gather. A little too hot a handball. Westbury got tackled. Jones trying hard. Fletcher's been good. He'd be in the conversation, I would have thought, for best on.
Luke Ashland is still marshalling traffic back here, defending the ground really well, Cygnet. A real team effort in defence.
The general back there, Ashland.
Now it comes for Westbury.
Is he more of a stone cold or a Dwayne Gill?
I think he's more a bushwhacker, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how's that from Jakey Dance? Just picked the pocket of a few, then sent the kick long down towards Lockie Watt, who's only got 1 arm. And it beats him across the line. He popped the shoulder out in the first term, Lockie Watt.
We had a 1-arm trainer at Hobart back in the sort of 90s and noughties.
Did you?
And as far as 1-arm footballers go, Waddy does a pretty good job.
It's brave, isn't it?
There was a bloke at the Burnie Dockers who played with 1 arm, I think. Quite an amazing achievement, really, playing reserves footy at the Burnie Dockers. Punched away by Clark. And, you know, you go down the list of the Port Footy Club, and I can't think of someone on that list that hasn't contributed today.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Everyone's done their role, and it's just the sign of such a well-run, well-coached, well-drilled football club. And it's a credit to everyone involved. Credit for the president now.
I think it'll be the same at about 1:30 a.m. There'll be 22 contributors.
I think there'll be some blokes that put in a bit extra. Daxie, if I'm honest.
Absolutely.
Oh, hello. Hopkins.
Cop that, son.
Yeah, got called to play on. A free kick to Hopkins. Clark didn't know what was coming. Poor Tom. Long kick down the wing, looking for Paolini, who decided to go charging at the man. It's out of bounds on the full. So Jackson Simpson gets the kick for out on the full. Long kick. Westbury to Webster. Westbury again. Smith off the ground and playing in front. Johns. Sheldon Smith.
A little sore after that.
There's another front coming through, which is gross. Look,
If it could just wait 20 minutes.
yeah,
that'd be
relentless.
great.
And here comes Johns. Hasn't got the best of that. Simpson at the bottom of the pack was Sam Adams. And this game is done. 9 minutes to go.
You've called it.
Yep. There it is. You agree?
Absolutely. Goals and minutes.
Oh,
Lee
yeah.
Matthews.
And through for a rush behind.
Get out. There'll be a free kick here.
Yeah. Just
50.
a little bit of undisciplined stuff. I've lost audio.
Give me a token from the boundary line, Tubes.
No, we're still here, I think.
Still there.
Yeah.
Bit of undisciplined act there by the two Blues.
Out it comes now. Fife got it over the top to Fisher. Fisher back to Westbury. Westbury back to Fisher. Fife rather. Fife goes to Johns. And it's a downfield free kick for a push in the back on Jake Dance. So against Jake Dance, I should say.
And 50.
And 50. Gee.
So simple goal coming up here for Lindisfarne.
Yep. Mark it down to Dylan Johns. He won't miss from here.
I think he just crept into the
clock,
protected
top of
area
the
there,
Horry
Dan.
stand, but margin's still 43 points.
It is. So, little charity goal goes to Dylan Johns. And Lindisfarne 7-8. 50. Trail Cygnet 14-9-93. It's a 43-point margin here in the late stages of the fourth term. Not as close as I thought it was going to be. In fact, it's a domination here as they move the ball forward. Gall decides to call play on when there's no advantage there. The umpire says no advantage.
Blue time off, unfortunately, for Alex Gall, who had the right idea. Sheldon Smith sells a bit of candy, goes inside 50, but only so far as Lockie Watt, who's been really brave today, Tubes.
One-armed Watt.
One-armed Watt.
Falls to O'Neill. O'Neill back in the Lister direction and then back out to Watt. Doreen can't quite take the mark. Now falls to Lister.
Here's the microphone. No, it's not microphone headed. He was open.
He's Dance.
No, it's not. It's
Cleland. Kicks the sealer.
Grassy, the boy from King Island, kicks the fourth goal of the term for Cygnet. And it's party time. They get around him. They absolutely adore him at the Cygnet Football Club. He was open in space. He ran away from Sheldon Smith. And it is party time at the port.
If they haven't already arrived at the top pub, middle pub or bottom pub, the Cascade Brewery with multiple kegs, then they're certainly on their way now.
A few pubs down there, isn't there, Dexy?
There are. I've seen the inside of most of them.
Sure, you've seen the outside of them too as the night goes on. Back in the middle, Lister as easy as you like. Shrugs past a couple, ran a country mile. And a downfield free kick paid against Blaisley. As Grassy will have a kick from 50, sending the ball inside. We'd love to see Joe Doreen get on the end of a few to kick 100 goals for the season. Out it comes for Polly. It's out on the foot.
Bailey marks the kick in. Sells a little bit of candy, goes around, bounces, clears to the wing, goes through the hands of Fisher, and follows up again with tackles. Stoppage here.
Ball up, centre wing. It's 6 3/4 minutes to go, Webby.
Just thinking about where they're going after the game, I dare say the Power, but they're not giving in. They're going to continue to try and pile on the score. And as you say, get a couple of people involved that maybe haven't been so far.
I think they know exactly where they're going, Webby. It's about 43 kilometres from here as the crow flies. Just at ground level there, young Simpson, who's on the last line of defence here, just calling his charges back to come and cover there. They're not done with yet here, Cygnet. They're going to go right until the bell.
That's the discipline that wins your premierships, though, Taxi. And we see just now Luke Ashland with a smother affected on a kick. That's the sort of stuff that you absolutely love to see.
That's why they're here.
The contest that he had before with Hopkins was amazing. And there he is, right on cue, sending a torpedo inside forward 50. Joey Doreen gathers the footy, then scooped it back towards a teammate in Cohen. They scrap it out through Smith. Smith with a little bit of candy, gives it off to Westbury. Westbury's kick is a little too high for Martin, who flew off the ground, dribbles it forward. Simpson leads the pack, gets pushed in the back. And then the umpire arrives and says, give it to me. And let's not understate the game that Jackson Simpson's had. Tex Simpson has kept Ed Stanley to 2 goals. A bloke that kicked 102 in the previous weeks for the season. Lister, with his head over the footy, was sensational. Teej Westbury, Cohen off the ball, gives it to Watt. Watt with a little 9-iron chip, sends it high. Down towards Doreen, can't quite mark. Walter gives it off to Cohen. Cohen with a handball to Clifford. Webster gets his kick affected a little by the smother. Out it comes for Lockie Watt. His kick goes forward. Now a chance for Clifford. The Texter Sharp missed it. Cohen kept going. And now we'll see a ball up on the paint of 50.
Saw the Cygnet bus just outside North Hobart Oval Park there, and ready to go, ready to take all the boys back to that 43-kilometre journey.
And that's the sort of thing I think that we're talking about, you know, as there's a shepherd off the ball here, a free kick going to Teej Westbury. That's the sort of thing that we're talking about that make community, that encourage people to come to the footy club and encourage people, instead of staying at the pub and watching the live stream, come up and support the boys, have a little bit of a trip, get involved, we'll have a good time. Through it goes to Westbury. Westbury handballed over the top. Now the ball's played on. Oh, hang on a minute. Umpire will ball it up.
Thanks for tuning into the live stream, by the way, if you are following along online. It's been a pleasure to bring the reserves and the seniors this afternoon, Tubes. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you've been great, Webby. Certainly lifted the standards in the reserves. As that rainbow just starts to fall down. Hopefully it's a short little shower, as we've seen all throughout the day. Westbury flew high. Leicester took the mark as easy as you like. Leicester's kick goes long towards Doreen and co. It's a bit more hail, why not? If you're going to have a premiership, you might as well earn it. Big tackle laid by Westbury, holding the ball. What's it like out there, Daxie? He's turned away from the footy.
I've never been to the Bahamas, but nothing like the Bahamas.
Long kick. And Jackson Gordon, again, another bloke who's been sensational.
It's been some aggressive showers this afternoon, I'd describe them, Tubes.
This is not a shower, my friend. This is called hail.
Out on the full. It's weird that it's come from the south too, Daxie.
Does it not normally come from the south, the hail?
Usually the west. No, the hail. I'm saying the weather, as that's a good mark taken by Sheldon Smith. Shout out to our camera boys, Andy and Adam upstairs, who have done a sensational job in trying circumstance. Lister gets tackled by Gall.
I'd like to thank North Hobart Oval for having such a wonderful facility here for us to be indoors.
Well, I can tell you exactly what the temperature is right here, Webby. It's 21.5 because I set it on the dial. Stocks got his handball away, didn't get out to Fife where he wanted it to go. Then Bailey got through with a bit of trouble. Sent it down, and Ashland on the 1-2, couldn't get the third grab, then tried to tackle Smith. Smith running towards an open goal, just pops it over the top. Simpson's so good, taps it through for a rush behind.
Nothing easy for Lindisfarne all day, right up to the very final bell, as Daxie said earlier. Cygnet defending to the very last siren, thoroughly deserving premiership winners 2024.
Long short kick to Clark. Simpson been very, very good. Long kick to Lister. Lister wheels around. He'll have to use the turn of toe to get past Gall, and he does with a long kick. Look at our camera. Oh my goodness. Blaisley doing very well to Gall. Ashland won't take a backward step. In fact, he ran straight at the footy. Brilliant. Over the top to Dance. Dance sells a little bit of candy, then sends the ball long. Look at the hail on the camera as Blaisley gets trapped with the footy. He somehow got a foot to it. Clearing the immediate danger was the coach, Trey Westbury. I'm sure we'll hear from him or the captain of the Lindisfarne 2 Blues. But it's a Port victory. Cleland throws it on the boot. High up and under. Couldn't hold it. Westbury got it away. Clearing the kick momentarily. It's coming back though. Cohen did really well. Threw it on the boot. Sent it inside forward 50. Blaisley spoiled a man at the back. It's a chance for Doreen, and he's got one in the grand final. Finally. Big Joey Doreen. It's 54 points the margin now.
Well, you called it earlier in the quarter, Tubes, that they'd be trying to get one to him to finish out this game and reward for effort. Joey Doreen, been a tough day for a tall forward with this weather, but gets one on the board and gets a premiership medal.
Do you know what? I think it's a tough day for a boundary rider.
It is.
I just took some respite in the Cygnet interchange bench again. They've been very kind to me.
Oh, they wouldn't be so kind if they were losing, but it's currently 54 points the margin and a complete domination by the Port. The quarter's now gone 28 minutes. It can't be far away from celebrations for the boys and girls from Cygnet. Polly's been immense in the ruck. Cleland has been good. Westbury has been one of the best for the 2 Blues. He gives it off. A long kick inside forward 50, floating across the pack. This man's been excellent too, Jackson Gordon. Trying conditions for a footballer, trying conditions for a boundary rider, but it doesn't matter when you've got a premiership medal dangling around your neck. Good mark taken by Johns. Short kick, chopped off by Polly. Clifford being good.
They want more of the power.
They do. It's back-to-back premierships for the Cygnet Football Club as the 2 Blues have put up a fight, but I think their bodies may have just been a little too sore. Jones gets smashed by Polly in a tackle. He got his handball away somehow. The ball just sitting here now. It's been a 5-goal quarter and they've been destroyed. And that's out on the full. What a game.
What a brilliant performance after quarter time by Cygnet. Just took full control of the game. Executed their game plan to perfection, and right down their list, everyone contributed extremely well.
Sharps had plenty of it. The Premiership Cup for 2024 in the Banjos Bakery Southern Football League is going south for the second year in a row. It's a Port Premiership. Cygnet 16-9-105 defeat Lindisfarne 7-9-51 in an absolute boil-over here at North Hobart Oval. Port are your premiers. That man on screen was sensational. Ashland just hard at the footy, played wet weather game. Goal kickers for the Port. Jesse Cohen had 4 in a grand final, an amazing effort. 2 to Cam Walters, Toby Cohen, Matt Fletcher, and then singles to Jake Dance, Noah Clifford, Matt Lister, Joey Doreen, Elijah Cohen, and Will Cleland. They had 10 individual goal kickers. For the 2 Blues, it was 2 to Matteo Paolini. Ed Stanley had 2, then singles to Ryan Martin, Dylan Johns, and Sam Adams. But look at that. That's what it's all about. Jesse Cohen, I think he's 17 or 18 years old. 4 goals for the young man. Jake Dance embraces players. We're going to go downstairs. Daxi, your best players, please. And then I'll get you to follow up, Webby.
Geez, I think they're all from the south. I can't go past the defence. I mean, I think that premierships have sort of built on defence, and Simpson, Lister were really strong. Obviously, Ashton's a favourite of mine. He was really strong. Towns is a strong body. 15, Cohen, just a wonderfully skilled player. He was great. I'm really not sure who's going to get the Norm Smith here.
Look, Daxi, I've got to agree with you down the board. I mean, Cam Walter was influential in the first quarter. In the second quarter, when he kicked those 2 goals, Toby Cowan was good with a couple. Jesse Cowan, we've got to talk about with 4. Mitchell Lister, strong all day in the midfield. Lachlan Watt, brave with the shoulder. Luke Ashland, for me, was a real standout. Just his endeavour and ability to get in there and marshal the back line, as well as move forward when he needed to. He was everywhere, and he was wonderful. But Will Polly as well, you called him out late in the game. Really strong performance by him, and I think every one of those players, now Premiership players from the Cygnet Football Club, can hold their heads extremely high about the way that they played the game today. It was absolutely brilliant. We'll head down to Tubes on North Hobart Oval.
Yeah, just trying to find a few boys. Here we go. Right here, we got Will Polly. I'm not sure if you got me there, Will Polly, but what an amazing game. A complete domination by the Cygnet Football Club.
Oh, mate, it's an unreal feeling. Better than the hard stop we had the other week. But, mate, the boys just brought 4 quarters of footy, and that's what it takes to win a grand final. And you can't be proud of them. Huge credit to Lockie Watt as a first-year coach.
Luke Ashland was sensational down back. His hardness around the football was unbelievable.
Mate, Luke Ashland is one of our first picked every week. He is the hardest human I've ever met. You see, his opponent's always coming off second best when they hit him. He's clean, he's fair, and I'm so glad he's on my side.
Blake Jones, you have had a couple of battles with him in the ruck. What have you got to say about the Lindisfarne footballers?
Oh, mate, as I said, on and off the field, we go to war on the field, but off the field, we're all pretty good mates. Full credit to Blake. We've had 4 really good battles now, and a real credit to him to how he's developed his game.
To go back to back, what does it mean to your football club?
Oh, mate, it's an unreal feeling. We've been in the last 5 now, so to win 3 of the last 5 is a credit to all the boys, and I'd just say to everyone, get down to the top pub.
Well, congratulations to Will Polly, another premiership medal around your neck.
Thanks, cheers, appreciate it.
There we go, Will Polly, let's get the man himself, Luke Ashland. Doesn't say many words, Luke, but how was that game?
That was pretty special, but first quarter was really hot, a couple of big contests, but it was good to blow it out in the end and have a comfortable win for once.
And who have you got there on your shoulders, mate?
That's old Luke Jr. back there. It's a young fella, Hadley. He's 1 year old, he's a bit of a rough, and he'll be following my footsteps one day, hopefully.
Unbelievable game by you. You had a big hit there with Big Hopkins. How did that feel?
Yeah, you got to love them big ones. Gets you into the game. That's why you play footy, so big hits.
Your 3rd premiership, mate, with the Cygnet Football Club. How does it feel?
Yeah, especially going back-to-back like this. I mean, it's pretty special. It doesn't happen very often in a career, so making the most of it, absolutely.
What happens tonight?
A couple of lemonades, I reckon.
Luke Ashling, well done, mate. Premiership player.
Thanks, Chief.
There we go. Let's go and try and find Lockie Watt, the coach of the football club. We'll get Jackson Simpson. What an absolute legend. Jackson Simpson. We'll find the camera over here, mate. Let's get you. Right here. Tex, how did that feel?
Oh, mate, it was a bit of disbelief, honestly. Like, it's been such a grind of a year, just having the pressure of winning last year, that premiership hangover, and honestly, it's just disbelief that we've done it again.
Obviously some heartbreak for you earlier in the day with your Colts that lost by a point in extra time after a draw. You'd be incredibly proud of those boys.
Oh, absolutely. It was quite emotional after the game. I struggled to sort of find an extra leg to get up for this game, but just chucked the headphones in and just started stretching. But yeah, absolutely. So proud of the Colts boys. They've come a long way.
Congratulations, mate. A premiership player 2 times with the Cygnet Football Club.
Thanks, Tubes. Love you, mate.
Let's go to Lockie Watt. Well done, mate. Congratulations. A first-time premiership player and premiership coach with the Cygnet Football Club. How did that feel?
It's amazing, to be honest. Like, you battle all year to get to this point, and just the relief when the siren goes is unlike anything I've ever experienced. So just such a relief, such a relief.
You dislocated your shoulder in that first term?
Yeah, dislocated my shoulder, got back on, then did my AC joint straight after. So it's going to be a bit sore the next couple of days, but well worth it.
Who are these peanuts?
All the Colts boys.
What happens tonight, Lockie Watt?
We go down to the club, celebrate as a club, celebrate as a community, and definitely have a few beers. So
congratulations, mate, a premiership coach to that long list of accolades that you've got as a Cygnet footballer. Well done.
Thanks, Tubes. Appreciate it, mate.
We'll get up to the presentation area now with Brent Costello, who is our Master of Ceremonies.
So there it is, the 2024 SFL Seniors Grand Final, done and won by the Cygnet Football Club, 16-9, 105 to Lindisfarne, 7-9, 51. We'll head to Brent Costello in just a moment for the official presentation. Give me those goal kickers one more time in what was pretty strong demolition after quarter time for Cygnet. Jesse Cohen finished with 2, finished with 4. 2 goals to Fletcher, Toby Cohen and Cam Walter. Singles to Jake Dance, Noah Clifton, Mitchell Lister, Joe Doreen, Elijah Cohen and Will Cleland. For Lindisfarne, 2 to Paolini, 2 to Stanley, singles to Martin, Adams. And a disappointing finish to the year for Lindisfarne. However, they can hold their heads high. They were the second best team in the league all year and beaten by the best ones. Cygnet going back to back after that big comeback last year, and this year after half-time it was really never in doubt. Cygnet piling on 6 goals to none in that second term and taking full advantage of that breeze. Lindisfarne just could not try and find that form after half-time, and Cygnet kept them at arm's length ever since. So we'll head up to Brent Costello for the official presentation, including the best on ground and the premiership trophy in this 2024 SFL season. I'm joined once again by Tubes Taylor. Tubes.
Oh, what a horrible way to finish the day right now. The hail is coming in. There's some fisticuffs going on in the...
Is there?
Yeah, in the wet area, which is just dumb. Just ruin... You know what it does? It ruins a win. As it's really starting to come down.
It's now time to begin.
Here's Brent Costello.
The presentation ceremony in very unique circumstances. Congratulations to this year's SFL Senior Premiers, the Cygnet Football Club. Firstly, I'd like to invite SFL President David O'Byrne to present the medals to today's umpires, which will include a special presentation to Kim Dillon, who today officiated in his 10th SFL Grand Final. Please come forward to the umpires.
Dillon in his 10th grand final. An amazing achievement. Very unique circumstances, as Brent Costello said. There's the umpires, David O'Byrne, giving them their medals, well deserved. They were out there in that for some hardcore times, and look at the oval. My goodness. Horrible stuff.
A big thank you to the umpires for the very important role they play in our game. David will stay with me to present the Gorringe Martin Medal for the best on ground in today's final, which has been won by Luke Ashland.
Gee, he was good. He was hard at it. He was fair. And like Will Polly said about Luke, he's the sort of bloke you love having on your team. We got you back in, Daxie. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, he's, as I said, I think during the call, he's so tough. He comes from commandy stock. That's not certainly taken away from his affiliation with Cygnet, but the bloke is super tough. He runs really hard. He runs for 100 minutes. And I think you saw in the sort of last 5 minutes of the game there, he laid a smother. Yeah. Well deserved.
Love his thighs too. Big thigh man.
Yeah, well, he's a wonderful cut, actually. I mean, I'm sure that he would be...
Congratulations, Luke. We'll see you up here shortly to get your medal.
And might I say,
well, wasn't there, Dates, David? A big round of applause for Lindisfarne. Another sensational year for the two Blues. Well done, guys. We'll see you next year.
I reckon he'll go pretty hard tonight, guys.
It's now my pleasure to welcome the winning captain of this year's Premiers, Joe Doreen, to say a few words. Thanks, Joe.
I don't reckon they'll get more than 4 or 5 words out of Joey Doreen, to be honest. He's a leader, though, and kicked a goal today. Kicked 96 for the season.
First off, I'd like to thank Lindisfarne. They had a really good year. Obviously, you didn't get the job done today, but you're back next year. Thanks to all the supporters. There's nothing quite like a community club, and the way we've brought it together the last few years, it's been tremendous. Thank the sponsors. Without you, we wouldn't be able to get on the ground. Just everyone, let's fucking have a good time.
And that exemplifies how well supported this football club is by the entire
my pleasure to welcome back
you can't
SFL President David O'Byrne to present this year's Premiership medals to the Cygnet Football Club, starting with number 2, Jake Dance.
He was good all day, Jake Dance. A goal to his name. He was attacking every contest.
Number 3, Jesse Cohen.
I thought he might have been one, Daxie, that got best on ground, young Jesse. 4 goals.
4 goals.
Yeah, great effort. I think
number 5,
already
Noah
you've had Doreen,
Clifford.
You've had Cohen, you've had Clifford, you've had Dance. And I reckon that every one of these blokes has a father that's played for
Mitchell
the
Lister.
club as well.
And that's what connection is. You're talking about that connection with your footy club. And here's one, Lister.
Number 7, Jackson Simpson.
Love Tex Simpson. Come down from Queensland, played a game of footy at Cygnet and will not leave that place. Coached
number 9, George O'Neill.
This guy's, sorry,
he was great.
Yeah, wonderful. I think there's a number of players for Cygnet who
number 13,
are similar to
Joshua
George O'Neill. They're really strong in the legs. They don't lose their feet. They're tough. And Lockie Watt's
number
another
14,
one.
Thomas Clark.
Just a wonderful group.
Number 15, Elijah Cohen.
Thought Elijah did some great things too. Kicked a goal.
Number 17, Matthew Fletcher.
I think this gentleman here is
number
the nephew
18,
of
Ryan
Fletcher,
Clark.
former Fremantle, Brisbane.
Oh, really?
Geelong.
Yeah, okay.
Which other clubs?
Fremantle.
Number 20, Jacob Lister.
Yeah, is there another one?
That might be the next Electric Wiki shirt. One of
number 21, Vice Captain Will Cleveland.
You know what he did though for Fremantle? I think he kicked the football to one of his teammates and umpire Peter
number
Carey
22, best on ground, Luke Ashland.
Best on ground, easy. He was excellent. Probably not easy. There were contributors across
number
the board.
23, Will Polly.
Heart and soul of the club, Will Polly. Love him.
Just battled all day against a big
25,
imposing man in
Corey
Jones
Polly.
that tried to insert himself physically on the game, gave away that free kick.
Number 26,
I think that's the difference as well. Cygnet have been probably a little bit undisciplined in years gone by, but they're just really classy and clean, and that might have been the difference. You know, things could have boiled over, but they just go about their business, stick to the task.
Professional.
Yeah, super pro.
Number 29, Jack Tammins.
Unbelievable. Jack Tammins, very good down back. Stalwart of the club too. Been there a long time.
Number 30, Jackson
down
Gordon.
By the bench for a long time, as you all know. Tammins has got very big arms.
Number 12, the captain, Joe Doreen.
Jackson Gordon.
And last but certainly not least, the coach, number 10, Lockie Watts.
What's that?
I was just going to say, get O'Byrne a milk crate to put the medal up on.
Well, now he's next to Lockie Watt. These look like similar humans.
Obviously, the Lindisfarne boys are gone now, but they had a fantastic season, so really well done. But in all honesty, I am just so incredibly proud of our side. Like, I really put it on this year to work their ass off, and my God, they did, and it was all worth it now. So thanks, obviously, to the club, the sponsors, the volunteers, the coaches, the players from the other grades, and everyone here to watch us today. But really, really proud of you boys, and really, really well deserved. So well done.
Well spoken.
Congrats, Lockie. I'd now like to invite Cygnet legends Ron Polly and Max Cohen to come forward to present the Premiership Cup to winning coach Lockie Watt and captain Joe Doreen of the Port. Please congratulate Cygnet, Southern Football League premiers for 24.
Cygnet are your 2024 Banjo's Bakery SFL Grand Final premiers. They run out victors over Lindisfarne 16-9, 105 to 7-9-51. Luke Ashland winning the best of field, but it was always theirs to lose. They were the best side all year, Daxie. They were unbelievable.
Yep, no opposition from me there. I thought Huonville sort of made a late run. Probably didn't quite get their full side on the park regularly, but I think that Cygnet have, I think Webby mentioned it, there's 22 contributors, and I feel as though there were probably 3, 4 or 5 blokes that missed out today that could have come in and played a role as well. So that's the strength of their club, is the depth, and there's, I think in the first half a dozen names there. They're all Cygnet people. There's a bus out the front. It's probably got Polly on the side of it. No, they do it really well and thoroughly deserved.
Unbelievable stuff. So your premiers back-to-back, the Cygnet Football Club. There'll be beers flowing over the saddle tonight, down the channel, down at Commandy. Lockie Watt, first-year coach, first-time premiership. Unbelievable stuff. What a game we saw. It was a domination by the Port. Luke Ashland winning the best of field. It's been a wonderful season of the Banjo's Bakery Southern Football League. Whether you like it or not, this is the premier competition in the state. My name's Tubes Taylor. It's been a pleasure to bring you this broadcast today. I'd like to thank Andrew and his wonderful wife Fiona from Creative Imagery who have brought you this broadcast. Andy and Adam on camera. Webby, to you, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tubes.
Daxie Gray, always good to see you. As I said, my name's Tubes Taylor. You can catch me on Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes. Monday to Friday, we'll unpack the game on Monday morning on 107.3 on your FM dial or anywhere via the listener app. Until next time, we'll see you at the footy. Bye for now.